It's June 13th, 2025. I am Actual Pearl, and hey, look at that. It's just Muse. Day one-ish. Jeremy had a last-minute something to take care of. He will either hang out with us a little later, or we'll see him on Monday. SP3 is scheduled to be here, and of course, just because I can, I got not the hooded ranger over here hanging out.
But there's SpongeBob on my hoodie.
And Patrick.
Well, yeah, but SpongeBob's like the main character.
I mean, everyone's the main character in their own story.
That's Maddie Rankowski's gimmick. Now, like, gimmick infringement? You know, I think she should bring that back. I think she'd be featured a lot more if she did that gimmick instead of be with the No Quarter Catch crew on Tuesdays.
So if you have to beat your coach to get out of No Quarter Catch crew and WWE doesn't do men versus women matches, how does Brent Sinclair escape from the No Quarter Catch crew?
So they could do how Izzy Dame got what's his face out of the culling. Just hit him with a chair and then just.
I love how everyone's forgotten that guy's name.
I don't watch NXT.
Brooks Jensen, by the way.
Yeah, I don't watch NXT. I'm sorry.
She has to wrestle herself, chat saying.
You know, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that happens on Tuesdays.
Trying to think, and yeah, no, there's nothing weird. Tuesday's pretty messed up.
I know. First of all, you can't even walk in the parking lot.
No, not at all. And you got a bunch of dudes wearing masks just trolling around, and people from other companies are suddenly around, able to hang around and win world titles.
Isn't that your company?
Thursdays are also weird, aren't they?
We don't talk about that.
Well, you don't talk about your decision. I still have mine that I have to handle.
Listen, last night's episode was 51 minutes. There has been no advancement on this Women's Pure tournament for that title that we decided to create. Athena, what's going on with her? I thought she was feuding with Thunder Rosa.
Is she not anymore?
I don't think she was on last night.
Oh, well, they have to promote when Athena's on the show.
I mean, yeah, and then Bandito. Can he stop appearing on Collision? Or the 4th hour of AEW?
Oh, but that's the best part about Ring of Honor. Everyone who is Ring of Honor adjacent except for Athena can appear on the show.
And Red Velvet.
I don't see her very often.
She's on Ring of Honor. I think she's going to Mexico. I think they played a little vignette that
she's still their women's champion, right? The women's,
she's the
TV champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's a guy who also doesn't watch Ring of Honor. Hi, SP3.
Bestie.
I actually did watch Ring of Honor. I did not watch TNA.
My God. You know what? I can understand it because Kimmy let me know that last night's episode was 51 minutes versus.
Perfect. These episodes lately have been perfect to consume. Just the runtime of TNA made me go let me watch everything but TNA this morning as I was working. So
kind of get
it. Was
Athena
on last night?
Was Athena?
Yeah.
No, she wasn't. They did mention her encounter with Thunder Rosa the week following, and then did nothing to follow that up on this week's show, because that's what Ring of Honor is. It's a show that is very inconsequential to both as a viewer and probably the guy that's running the whole thing.
See, Joel?
I mean, this is basically what it is, right? It's just not that. It's just this. It's just AEW Darok. The ROH Darok.
Who's running that account?
That's me, baby.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
Yeah,
because you could tell by the anxiousness that he had in putting the highlight on that corny joke. He's like, let me press enter.
It's wordplay. Someone's got to get it up on the screen. Otherwise, no one understands the awful attempt.
He is definitely a dad, and that is definitely a joke.
That is true. Oh my goodness. Hey, we're 5 minutes in, so why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. Is anyone running a MacBook on this thing? Is anyone using Mac?
I am, but I've never known how to figure out that thumbs up
you gotta do
thing.
that.
Yeah, no,
You gotta do it into the camera.
Never maxed out for me. Never
No?
works out for me.
Wait, which Mac are you using? How
How
old is this Mac?
MacBook Air?
From like when?
I don't know.
Are you on the
I got
latest?
it on eBay.
Are you on the latest OS? Like 15?
Probably not.
Are you over 15? Not your age.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because you need like a certain newer OS. My Mac. If I pull out my MacBook, I could do it. I'm not doing it. I'm on a PC. Kimmy, what are you running there?
I'm running my new MacBook, but I don't know what version it is. I got it for Christmas.
Okay, so you just do thumbs up like this. Come on,
Nothing.
you gotta like force it.
Nothing.
Oh
No.
my god.
It's a gestures thing. It
It doesn't like me.
I miss Jeremy all of a sudden. He's the only one who
Aw.
makes it work.
Wow.
Oh,
We're not
Nobody
good
clip
enough.
that. Nobody post that. This doesn't exist. This episode self-destructs if you do. And by the way, while you're leaving a thumbs up, go ahead, subscribe to the channel because you need to. You need to be here. We drop content every day. If you don't like us, Rob and Maggie are live at 3. If you don't like them, you should, first of all. Wrestling Made Me Cry is on Sundays. You should hang out with them. There's stuff all the time. There's the Spotlight with Jensen and Jeremy Lambert as well. Where it was last night, I don't know. But it exists. Go and watch those shows, and you can donate a super chat any amount, get your question or statement read on the air, and you guide the conversation. Because let's face it, this show goes off the rails so frequently that you should probably help us stay on track or make it worse, like the American Cream Busty Rhodes did over here.
some of my best work. I think that was some of my best work. I think that might have been one of the greatest C-suites of all time.
It was very rambunctious.
I was sweating afterwards. I got so excited.
It was a full body workout.
I needed a cigarette. Needed a cigarette.
Doing a lot of evolving over there.
A lot of evolving, a lot of let's effing go, a lot of that.
Why are you so excited for those two shows?
Because no one else is.
So you're taking the performative streamer approach, the over-the-top reaction. Let's pull the curtain back. It's like those people who are like overreacting to JC Jane winning the NXT Women's Championship and like, oh my god, they're like throwing their chairs against the windows and they're just like jumping out of buildings because they're so excited and they need their 3 seconds of TV time. That's what the C-suite is for you, is it?
It's just me and DDJ who are the only people who get excited about LFG, and then it's just me when it comes to Evolve. I actually do like these shows, but I think I have to to give my review of it, since Jeremy doesn't watch and you don't watch. I have to do all the work where I'm describing what happens and then also reacting to it. So I think that's why I work up a nice little sweat. Plus, it's hot in this room because it's summertime in the UK. So.
Have you considered getting a fan
or air conditioning?
No, we have a fan, but I have two 5-year-old kids, and they kind of need that more than me. So.
Yeah, tell them to sack up.
No,
I couldn't think of another way to put it.
You miss my daughter who banged in here during AE Ramble yesterday because she lost a tooth. I've never seen a child mark out more for losing a tooth. She's like, I lost a tooth! I lost a tooth! Dada, I lost a tooth!
Yeah, was it her first one?
I think this is her first one where she understands the concept.
The first one where it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. It's been wobbly for a couple of weeks now, and now it finally fell off. So she was very excited. That's exciting. So what's the Tooth Fairy going to do for the little ones? The little one. She got some money. She got some money. She woke up this morning. She even showed me. She woke me up early this morning. She was my alarm clock, and she came in. She was like, "Look what the Tooth Fairy left for me." So like a whole bag of change, and then she also left her a lollipop so she can lose some more teeth. So. Damn. So that's the Tooth Fairy sending the wrong messages here. No, the Tooth Fairy's like, I need to put in this work. It's summertime. It's hard out here for a Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy putting in the grind.
That's right. Yeah. Oh man. When I was a kid and I would lose a tooth, my parents had this small little like change holder it was a little plastic, or not plastic, it was a little wooden box, and they would put like $1, like a quarters in there to equal up $1, because I'm old and $1 was a lot of money back then. So they would put it under my pillow, and they would exchange. You put the tooth in, they'd come in, take the tooth out, or the tooth fairy would, and then I would get the money in exchange. It would be $1 in quarters, because again, I'm old and that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I agree.
Tooth fairy left a Nando's gift card. What a deal.
I mean, yeah, it would have been like Tooth Fairy got me a new app on my phone. That's what my daughter would have liked.
You know what? When my kid loses a tooth, I'm just gonna leave coupons under his. Wow, $3 off at McDonald's.
I'm getting a Happy Meal. Yeah.
Wow, it's the dollar store flyer. Let's see what I can buy. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna give my kid an I hate AEW shirt. I ran out of those. I gave them out at the Kendrick show last night. They were too busy cheering. They were having a good time. Great time. I wasn't there. I wish I had gone.
I heard you didn't go, but you went to New Hong King Chinese restaurant, and you got a performance there by the fans.
I wasn't there. I wish I had been there. I love New Ho King. I loved New Ho King before it became part of the beef, and that's what really upset me was, you know what? It upset me that it got popular because I don't like places that are too busy because I want to go in there and just be left alone most of the time. But I do give New Ho King credit because they did not jack up their prices at a time when they easily could have. They kept their stuff affordable. Adrian Hernandez can attest to that. He and I went before Money in the Bank. But that's a place that is near and dear to my heart. It used to be my go-to Christmas. I would go with my buddy DK every Christmas Eve, and it would be our go-to for late night Chinese food. Before I had a wife, before I had a kid, it would just be two degenerate assholes going to get Chinese food.
It was my sister who taught me the art form of eating Chinese food for Christmas holiday. I never understood that. I thought all holidays was from home cooked meals. But my sister put me on to the art of getting Chinese food for Christmas Eve.
If it's a holiday, why should you be spending all your time cooking? You should be able to enjoy it too. I love to cook. Don't get me wrong. But like if it's my day off with my friends and my family, I want to have some time off too. I don't want to be slaving in the kitchen the entire time. Order something, and if you can, why not?
We cater for Christmas. We cater like Italian food from the local place, like up like half a mile from my house.
Sound like
Look at this one over here from Staten Island.
Yeah, seriously.
Staten Island. We get the pasta and the momaloo, and we got all the pans. And...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
like there's like.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there's not like a million people in my house. It's my grandparents and my neighbor. There's like 10 people here. Why am I gonna cook for 10 people?
I love Jules's idea. Christmas Eve is for Chinese food. Christmas Day is for home cooking. That's an Italian family thing. That's kind of like what my family does. And I obviously like we're Jews at home, and then my in-laws are not. I've got a mother-in-law who is Colombian, and I have an Italian father-in-law. So it's more Italian than Colombian. But either way, like everything kind of merges the day after. We don't do Christmas, we're Jews, but like we'll do Chinese food at our place, and then we'll go and do whatever they're doing, which is typically some sort of catered Italian food that they bring in and have other people prepare. It's great.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
Understanding all of this. Yeah, my missus is Italian, so she likes to do the home cooking for Christmas Day. She didn't understand that my family developed a few years ago a tradition of going to hibachi grill on Christmas Day. She's like, why would you do that? She's like so against it. I'm like, this is what we do.
You got to work it. You just got to work it into your schedule. You got to break the chains. You got to do something different than what you were growing up with. That's how we affect positive change in our lives. We start small with food, and then we overthrow a government after that.
We do hibachi grill because we get free shots of sake.
Sometimes change needs a little incentive.
Free shots of sake.
That's right. Where it's at. Whatever.
They just pour the sake like in your mouth. Like it's kind of weird, but
right down.
I'll take it.
They don't give you like the glasses and just do it.
No, they like have like a ketchup bottle and they spray the sake and yeah. So cool stuff.
Okay, I like it.
Had a lot of drunk Christmas days. Made it easier when the Lakers lost on Christmas Day, so that was cool.
That would be a nice way to get over it. Just to be in your feelings and in your drunk.
Absolutely. That's a good hibachi place, Ken. See, he knows. He's in New York.
It's the
I'm
only
from Harlem.
one on
We stay
Staten
in Harlem.
Island. That's the only hibachi place on Staten Island in Zarirang. There's like no other one, and it sucks because it's 20 minutes from my house, and I never go.
You know, I thought about coming to New York next month.
Why?
Really?
I was
looking
for
Slammiversary.
Yeah, I was looking at the possibility of Slammiversary, and then I realized, no, I don't want to do that.
That'd be a hell of a trip if you try to stay like in New York to go to Slammiversary. Slammiversary's in Long Island.
I know. I would come in I did the same for Grand Slam. I came in, I stayed, I didn't stay on Long Island.
Well, Grand Slam's in Queens.
I stayed in Queens, but I made a few days out of it. But no, with this, I would come in probably on the 20 or on the Friday and leave on the Sunday. It'd be a quick trip, but I don't need to go because it's not like TNA is going to give me any in-person interviews anyway. So what does it matter? So
I should work on getting my tickets for that. Thanks for reminding me.
Give you a few numbers you can call. I'm sure you'll be okay.
I have a number to call. I just haven't texted the person.
Oh, I know what that's like. You got a month until you have to worry. They got to get through their Pittsburgh tapings next week first, and then they'll worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
I'm just hoping to go to Forbidden Door.
You'll be fine.
I apply through AEW. It's always a catch-22. I've been talking about this stuff on streams for 3-4 years now. I get no respect. No respect. I'm the Black Rodney Dangerfield of wrestling media.
You want Kimmy to talk to a guy? I think she knows a guy. She's got a best.
I know a guy.
Yeah, talk to the guy because the guy I talk to, he only hits me up when I complain about AEW storylines.
Oh, that's amazing. Why is Bryan Danielson being such a dick to you?
No, Brian's my friend. He's my friend. He put me in the family section at All In London. That's the only way I got it. Him and Sat Indiangi. Those are the two people I can walk out on.
I guess I'll talk to my buddy. I'll be like, sir, what you doing? Let SP3 in.
Let him in.
It's funny because when TNA hears my gripes, they typically all reply at once, and it's very funny. Except for the one guy that we actually have to talk to do things. He does pay no attention to us.
Nope.
Get more texts about stupid stories. When I ripped on Hometown Man, I started getting some messages.
Oh, I bet. We were about to go for like another 20 minutes the other day when you mentioned Hometown Man, because that pissed me off as well.
I was quick to mention it last night and not dwell too much on it, but I definitely, because they did. So you're going to see this if you watch TNA, eventually SB3. They're teasing a Mance Warner and Tommy Dreamer feud.
Why?
In 2025,
Ew.
in God's year of 2025, Tommy Dreamer is being brought in as another on-screen character in TNA. He's back there. He's been back there. He's fine. Leave him to do his thing. Busted Open, great. Keep doing that show. You want to go do creative with your guys? Go ahead. Enjoy. To your heart's content. You want to go champion the comedy acts? Have fun with it. Please don't do a Mancer who's more hardcore. The answer is Mance Warner. The answer has been Mance Warner for the last 15 years. He is more hardcore than you are, Tommy Dreamer, in the year 2025. And then Crest the Star says to me on our post show, you know why they're doing this? And I'm like, why do you think they're doing this? And she's like, Slammiversary is on Long Island. Where's Tommy from? And I was like, I swear to God, if that is a Slammiversary match and it's not a tag of some sorts, then I don't want it. None of this should exist.
He's definitely doing this. Maybe Tommy can talk Beulah into coming, and they could do Mance and SDL versus Beulah and Tommy.
Sure. I'm sure they'll find another woman backstage that they can use for this. I hope. I mean, Tommy should be a vehicle to get someone over, not a vehicle to have a match in New York because it's New York. It's just, again, Hometown Man. There's no reason to be doing Hometown Man. Were you short a person with someone injured at like 9:59 p.m. Eastern, and you realize, oh, we need another guy for this, and you got friggin' Cody Deaner be like, I got this. And he puts on the stupid mask. I'm like, where'd you get this mask? He's like, bought it outside. That's it. Hometown man. They have a theme ready. Who knows? Someone did it, but maybe they did it at like 10 o'clock when they realized they needed someone because the other guy was injured. What is Hometown Man? And if I see him again, I am going to punch someone in the face.
Plus, he was wearing the Phoenix Suns jersey, which I already was making fun of John Cena for rocking that Phoenix Suns gear on Raw. That was awful. So it was even worse when Hometown Man came out with a Phoenix Suns jersey, like a mascot.
I can accept the Mr. Iguana stuff that people love. I will not accept Hometown Man. You know why? Because Hometown Man is past his prime. So is Mr. Iguana. But a Hometown Man is done. We don't need
Mr. Iguana is over.
Yeah,
he's over like over. He's the Mexican Orange Cassidy.
He's over until he opened his mouth a little too wide and had to walk back some stuff in the edit room.
Oh man, I just read that too. Wrestling Observer newsletter. I was like, oh, he got in trouble for that.
So effectively, for those who missed it, Mr. Iguana gave an interview, and I don't remember who. I know we should be properly aggregating. I'm bad about that sometimes. He gave it to a Spanish-speaking outlet, and shout out to Rob Viper, who does a lot of him and Lucha Blog do a lot of like the English-speaking like aggregation and just like clearing up what happens in Lucha. He was on Linea Directa TV. And the quotes came from News Wrestling Co. And so he said, quote, they told me you're not going through NXT. You're heading straight to the main roster. We need you here because your shirt is the top seller in WWE. And you're also the fastest rising star when it comes to action figures and trading cards. To which Rob Viper was like, at no point in this interview does he say anything like this. And that kind of raises a red flag to me because Wrestling News Co., who had done the aggregation, are not using they have people who speak Spanish on their team. They are not people who do poor aggregation. We was like, what's going on here? It turns out that they had clipped out that part of the interview when Rob finally got around to listening to it. And now you've seen from Wrestling Observer newsletter that Mr. Iguana kind of spoke out of school and they had to edit out the and now there's a little bit of heat possibly on the Iguana. But you know what? They'll put him in the crowd on NXT. Everyone will cheer. They'll be like, "Oh, that's our guy," and that'll be that.
Don't be talking out of turn. Don't be calling for your call up.
But that's the Mexican culture.
You see what happened to Ricky Saints? He wanted to defend the North American title against main roster talent. They said you're gonna lose that title and you staying on NXT.
Don't you be talking down about Ricky Saints.
I love Ricky Saints, but I'm just saying I can put 1 and 2 together and get 3. I know how the addition works. I know how addition works in WWE. That's usually how it works.
Like in Lucha, from what I've understood, sometimes it's about saying the most like outrageous shit to get attention. And some of these talent are going to have to learn if they're going to work WWE, if they decide that this is where they want to go, that like they got to dial it back a bit. You want to talk about who needs media training? It's not just the guy on top with the bald head and the beard. It's also going to be the guy with the green face paint and the bald head too. Other Lucha stars that might come in. It's just the way of the world.
Maybe it's a bald-headed thing.
They get a lot of sun on their dome, so they don't have as many brain cells. Is that what we're getting at?
Yes.
You're look at you. Anyone who's bald in the chat, go after Kimmy. Don't go after me for that statement.
It says not Kimmy. Do you see this? Not.
Yeah, the other side. Other side is where it is. It's a mirror. Other side is where your nameplate sits.
You still running this gimmick, bestie? You still running this gimmick? It's you.
Yeah.
We all know you.
No, it's just,
you need like a mask, like Hometown Man or something. Be Staten Island girl. Be Staten Island girl.
I want to point this out. Where's Cam? This Ricky Saints slander cannot stand. Well, say his name and he appears.
I love that.
Yay!
He's just here to tell me to go to hell again.
Hi, SP3.
Hi, Cam.
Hi, Kimmy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Cam?
I'm doing all right.
I feel like Tony Atlas out here, and Cam is freaking Rocky Johnson.
Hey, listen. Hey, does Kimmy know about the American Cream Busty Rhodes? One
I
story.
think I do.
There
One
was a
story.
earlier.
Yo, we were at the Ashe show in Vegas, WrestleMania week. And she introduces herself to Rose. She introduces herself by her real name. And then she's like, they also call me up the American Cream Busty Rhodes. And I'm standing there. And I try to keep a straight face. I'm just like, did you hear what the fuck she just said? And we just die laughing. Yeah, man, she's a sweetheart, but ridiculous. Come here. Let me tell y'all about this little bastard. Don't look innocent because you're not innocent.
He's like, what I do?
So I'm doing the PWI podcast. Just had the Wale Mania piece running PWI on shelves now. And Booster is like, he's too loud to be in his kennel because he's whining. He wants to come out. So I let him out. I'm not paying attention to what he's doing. He runs in the room with this. And I pick it up. And I'm like, why is it so light? And I go to the living room, and you would have thought it was Dune. You would have thought I was Timothée Chalamet. Fucking sandcastles of fucking red dust. Old Bay everywhere in the living room. That's why you quiet, because you know. You going to the Bad Baby Farm. You going back. Look at.
He feels bad. He's showing remorse.
Yeah.
You keep him. It's okay.
Get out of here. Don't do no bad shit.
You done good.
Yeah.
You done
Hi
good.
guys. How's everything? What are we talking bad about Rick? Let's talk bad about Rick. I'm ready.
No, I didn't say anything. I
You
didn't
know,
say anything.
we were just making reference to Mr. Iguana allegedly getting some heat for talking out of school, and SP3 then related it to the time Ricky said he wanted to defend the North American title on main roster, and suddenly he dropped that thing.
I'm just saying. I'm a person who can put 1 and 2 and get 3. That's all. That's all I
Hey,
said.
man, I was really
bad
look,
towards him.
title or no title. I was excited that Ethan dropped him on his neck so he couldn't talk. I was like, yes.
On Tuesday, he does a thing where it's like, and I'm like, Cam is laughing his ass
I was
off.
hyped, boy. I was hyped. You couldn't say no words. It's crazy. So I didn't even get to watch the show live because like my TV burnt out. I've had the same TV for like 10 years. And it wasn't even like a slow like decline. It just went dark. And I was like, oh, I guess I have to buy a new TV. One of the few good things about living in 2025 is that they don't overcharge you for the TV. They overcharge you for the subscriptions. So they're like, we'll give you the TV for $75. We're just going to charge you out the ass all year with like, dog, Netflix is $30.
Well, your version is.
Your version is. I'm in Canada.
Also, I do the one with ads. I don't give a shit. I just do that. I do the one with ads. I fight for.
No, I think I have ads. I don't know. Everything's stupid. Like everything's so expensive. But yeah, I guess I'll just get a new TV. Like I'll have like a 720p TV the whole time because I don't care. But I guess I'll get like a good TV with like the good pictures. And it won't even cost me like a whole lot. So that's fun. But no, let's say bad things about Rick. We can do that all day. I think I'm trying to drag him to this Prince celebration show tomorrow. I was like, hey, you're beige and you wear purple a lot. Let's go. And that kind of, I think that sold him. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The music of Prince is not enough for him. Like he needs a little more. What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah. No, we were talking about going, but I was like, I think I'm gonna go. Like, there's, I live in Austin, so there's definitely like an ice protest beforehand that I think I'm gonna go to. But I'm like, I have to go home and shower like after, and then go to Prince because I can't go to Prince smelling like freedom.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll work out. I don't think so. Booster.
Freedom and anger.
I don't know. You got a logo you can introduce yourself as?
He's probably sick. Like, he probably had a little bit of that Old Bay, and it's messing up that little tummy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like I had a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little ahead of himself.
We were having a fun discussion about the meta thing that they're doing, where the evil John Cena is dragging CM Punk against his will to Saudi Arabia to save the sanctity of the WWE Championship. And it was just a fun exercise in, like, not. I don't care, bro. I don't care. We were talking about when I first got with the Ringer. Somebody, you guys will know because we weren't sure on the show, but I think Punk, we was with AEW, and did he wear, was it a pro-trans t-shirt or a pro-choice t-shirt?
Pro-trans, I believe it was.
It was.
Or
Yeah, I think it was
he had the
pro-trans.
sign. He had the sign too.
Yeah, he's done
and
both.
I remember that.
Him and Hangman have done
It
both.
was a t-shirt at the time. I forget what it was, but stay with me. Somebody was like, man, how courageous of Punk to wear that shirt in Texas. And I was like, it's Dallas. Like,
I'm gonna hop in for a second. It was the abortion rights are human rights, and then he wore another time. It was another one that was get your own and then tell me what to do, and it was a picture of ovaries.
okay. And salute the man. They were like, he wore it in Texas. They was treating that motherfucker like it was Red Dead Redemption. No, it's Dallas. Everybody in the building feels the same way that he feels. Like, for the most part, major metropolitan city. And my whole thing was like, look, it's cool. Like, salute to him for it, but he's not, like, he ain't MLK. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't take courage to do what he does. It's dope. It's a cool sign of support, but the context of it was like right before Brawl Out, and they were like, I'm siding with CM Punk over the Bucks because CM Punk's, I know where he stands, where he rocks. Like, it's a t-shirt, bro. Like, those are people that work with a work dispute. Like, what are we talking about? And I say all that to say, like, I rock with CM Punk. I'm a big CM Punk fan. Just wrote about him kind of getting to the main event in WWE with the pipe bomb and with Money in the Bank. CM Punk's super dope. I'm not, like, disappointed in CM Punk in a way that, like, one, I ain't watching the fucking show anyway, so it don't bother me none. But, like, it's fine. Like, again, the tribalism of, he's going against everything he stands for. And I remember what he said to The Miz, 10 years ago. Hey, the rent was cheaper 10 years ago. Like, eggs cost less 10 years ago. These are not people I know. I value them as human beings and entertainers. It's not going to hurt my feelings, though. Listen, man, it's going to be very funny that first time that Rick is over there in Saudi Arabia doing whatever he does. You know what I'm going to say? Travel safe. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
And that's going to be that.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeremy said the best thing about it. You can't view these people as role models and people to look up to for your political stances. They're professional wrestlers, and they're professional wrestlers for a reason.
Ricky's favorite wrestler is The Undertaker. Like, and he knows, like, okay, so again, you peel the curtain back. So A&E is doing their upcoming season of LFG, SPP's favorite show.
LFG, let's go! I can't wait. June 22nd, ladies and gentlemen. June 22nd, A&E, the best WWE weekly show in the game.
So Ellen Ray, who is PR over there, who's great. I love Ellen.
She's awesome.
She said, hey, upcoming season, we got you can speak with any of the coaches and talent. We got Booker T, Bubba Ray, Undertaker, Michelle McCool. And I said, I'd love to talk to Booker T.
Yeah. Booker's the only one
out
of those.
In email. And then I sent a follow-up email. Bubba Ray will be cool too. In email. They're just not my people. But hey, I can't, I'm not mad at the next man for how they feel. Who is it because somebody just got shit for basically saying what I've always said. In that, you want to watch those shows, cool. I feel like the people in charge for a long time have not had our best interest at heart as a country. How I feel. And boy, they was on my ass. How dare you speak ill of the people of Saudi Arabia? That's not what the fuck I said at all. They cool. I rock with them. And somebody did like a deep apology. I want to make sure I'm clear that I wasn't saying, no, we know what you were saying. Those people are stupid. And they want you to feel bad for having some type of line of demarcation. Like, they want you to feel like shit because of that. Why can't we all just let each other, like, do our thing, you know? And it was a really, really, like, rough tweet that he said to Miz. He was on his fucking head. So I understand the pushback, but it's easy to feel like that when the same opportunities aren't presented to you. Time changes things. Opinions change. You know.
An additional 0 can change everything.
Listen, man. I can't be bought. I can be rented. You can bar me out for a little bit. I was very recently accused of, I think it was me and Kaz, when somebody basically said, how could you be mad at CM Punk when Cameron and Kaz at the Ringer, they haven't done a Vince McMahon expose. They haven't done a Saudi Arabia expose. Expose this dick. I've never exposed anything. It's not what they pay me to do. Like, what are you talking about? And yeah, in entertainment site The Ringer, famous for their exposés.
Hard journalism over there.
Hard dick is what I'm offering because
you got that expose you take you on out there.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Hey, Boost. Sorry, bad words. Earmuffs.
You did earmuffs in his eyes.
You out of here? Okay.
Yeah, you said too many bad words.
Yeah, he was scarred for life about the bad words. He just ran out.
Happy Friday, guys. What's going on?
Can we talk about? Sorry, you talk about hard journalism and exposés. Can we talk about how Omos gives the exclusive to gamblingindustrynews.com that he has re-signed with WWE?
Bro, he's everywhere. Like he I think when you are the biggest person in every room, and you saw when he was in Japan, like people were walking up asking him questions, not knowing what he did, you know? Yeah, I feel like anybody can get an interview off of Omos because he's the friendliest, nicest guy in the whole world. Again, he'd be hugging my girl too tight. She'd be closing her eyes when they hug. I don't like that. But he is like effortlessly charming and will talk to anybody about everything. There's a reason that like when they have the NIL talent, they bring him in to talk to them because he is at once colossal and disarming and so friendly. Like, yeah, I could definitely see him like you could walk into a card den and Omos would be there just playing. So gambling.com, yeah, right up his alley for sure. It was gamblingnews.com.
Gamblingindustrynews.com.
Gambling Industry News. Is it with a Z? I feel like
no.
Oh, okay. That would really be his jam.
With a Z.
When I saw it this morning, I was like, ain't no way. And then I looked at the person who wrote the article, and they've got like 10 years experience. They're like New York Times and LA News. Like, it's someone who's credible. It was just like, thank you, gamblingindustrynews.com for the scoop.
They're trying to break into the scoop industry.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, but I mean, it was Q&A format. It was very much like ask a question, get an answer. Like they typed out their questions and got the answers, and they just transcribed the whole damn thing. So it makes other people's jobs easy. It was just very funny that like of all the places to find that type of information, gamblingindustrynews.com gets you the exclusive that Omos has re-signed a deal with WWE. Fantastic.
I always thought that was BET Online. Ken in the comments. Yeah, I just always thought it was BET Online. I didn't know it was a gambling thing. So
how many people does it take to replace me?
A lot.
He's here.
With one. Started with
I was
one.
invited.
I
Yeah,
don't believe
so was
that for a
everyone
second.
else. Everyone else was
Do you
invited.
want to see the screenshot message?
I don't believe that for a second.
You're
We've
the
talked
Fast
about.
and the Furious guy. Like, you want a team of 22 doing what like 4 people in one gun could actually do.
I saw
Exactly.
a tweet. I'm gonna actually pull it up because it was very funny. Hold on. It was one of those like motivational kind of tweet things. It was, I'm humble enough to know I'm replaceable at work, but I'm confident enough to know that it would take 4 people. That's how it feels right now.
Very nice. Very nice.
There you go. There's
Very relatable.
Words to live by, everybody. Words to live by.
Where's Sean? That's a good question. No one can find out.
He's going to SmackDown tonight. Oh, sorry,
Allegedly.
doxed him.
Well,
Wait,
you
oh,
had to
man.
look up where SmackDown is tonight. Then they had to go and ask Hikaleo where he is. You know, it's a whole thing just to find Sean.
Rupp
I get
Arena, Lexington,
SP3,
Kentucky.
turn and look at me. And Joel and Kimmy, look at Jeremy. You got to look the other way, SP3.
Yeah, other way. SP3.
Oh, okay. I'm just going by what the
What
screen
is-
looks like.
Other way,
so
Kimmy.
None of you guys.
Is media
are doing
right?
this.
No,
No,
I'm
it's
missing
the door.
No.
What are we doing?
I wonder what they see.
No, Cam, it's the other way.
Yeah,
But
who are you looking
I'm
at?
telling you, like that. That's where he was for me. It's interesting. Okay, we
All
tried it.
Oh,
I don't know what just happened there.
I'm gonna be like, hold on. I'm gonna be like Usher. I'll move myself and then. I think I'm the center square.
Wow.
That was very well done.
I thought I was the center
Um,
square, but I'm not the center square.
no, you're
Whenever
very
I,
in the corner.
Whenever I come to the show, like I'm always like, this is like my morning coffee. This is always very fun. And then I walk in on like you guys and Zeri and just talking about like the absolute downfall of media and journalism, and I was so sad.
Sorry about that.
It was great and it was on point, and I was just like, damn, it's hard out here, man. Like
So
it's yeah.
I was gonna say it's funny because like there was points in that conversation where I was thinking about you because you have been kind of well, not kind of, you've been very outspoken about AI's misuse in the creator space.
And Jeremy called me a fucking Facebook idiot. When I jumped in the chat, he's like, "Yeah, Cam's dumbass with the AI videos don't start. What a
That's
fucking
funny.
idiot!"
Hey,
Like,
My bad.
You do it
My
on the
bad.
show, you get called out on the show. It's just the way it
Yep.
goes.
I was like, "Yeah, they got my ass, boy. They got me." But yeah, it
Half
was
expected you to show up during that part.
like. But I what's people I really like and like rock with and break bread with in the space, watching them like start to lean into like AI art stuff, it sucks, man. It really sucks. Because you can't even being so outspoken about it like I am and using all the harsh words that I do and still seeing them do it, I don't even know how to broach the conversation. And it's people I still want to do things with. It's people I want to support, but it's like, yo, just you got money. Spend an extra $50 fucking and slow down on a post and have somebody draw that shit for you, bro. Like, ugh. And then, like, yeah, Facebook's a fucking cesspool of. Now, you know how many different variations of like Avengers teams I've seen, and how many different like. I can't wait till fucking Terrence Trent D'Arby is playing. I don't know, Cloak in the Cloak and Dagger movie. It's like, no, that's not happening. That's not true. Why are you posting this?
There
None of
literally
that's
was a
happening.
Cloak and Dagger show a couple of years ago.
Exactly. And it's all, yeah, can't wait till fucking Jamie Foxx comes out as Blue Marvel. What the fuck are you talking about? None of this is happening. Stop posting it.
But if you can't get the theories out, then no one's gonna listen.
But they don't even treat it like theories. They're not even like, you know what would be cool? No, movie's just happening. Releasing February 2027.
I made the poster. Here it is. It's got to be true.
Jeremy, did you hear why he's in trouble?
Booster? No, I do not know why Booster's in trouble.
Spilt this all over the living room.
Oh, that's
Old
not
Bay.
good.
Got that old bay back.
I mean, would it make it like smell better? We got cats, and it all smells terribly.
It might have been a slight improvement from the dog smell.
Yeah.
He's still gone. You're out of here.
Poor Booster.
Let me get a couple super chats in. How's this someone earlier saying money's for the best morning show in wrestling? Thank you.
Appreciate you, Kaza.
Always appreciate it. And Vala, get your finger on the button, Jeremy Lambert.
No.
No, all right.
He's good.
This morning is just going to exist. Vanilla Fumble.
I'm vanilla, baby.
Thank you. Is what we call when we demand the ringer to expose WWE, but Cam exposes his Seahawk to a.
Wait, like, no,
Seahawk
I'm not. You know, one thing about the pandemic, a lot of people, because you couldn't go outside and meet people, but everybody was on social media. I've seen a lot of people that, a lot of people that you wouldn't normally see. People were very, very forthright with their desire to want to see people, and they would let you know how much they wanted to see you via video and photos. Pandemic was a fun time. This is a show for adults, right? Hi, Boo.
Oh.
But no, I'm not exposing that though. Well, no, you're good.
I don't know. People could rent
Hey,
the
you doing the that's nasty. Hey, Jeremy, do you like Sabrina Carpenter?
I'm actually a huge fan of Sabrina Carpenter. I don't feel like that surprises anybody.
She has that.
I've been shooting in that gym for like 10 years. I was a fan of Girl Meets World.
Girl Meets World, yeah.
Great
Girl Meets
show.
World.
Was she on that?
She was
Yeah,
she was the
girl's
female
best
Shawn
friend.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she
I
was
just
best
went
friend.
to I went to Pod Meets World on Friday. As a
Okay.
matter of fact. And yo, shout out to Danielle Official. She did a show Friday in Austin, was at Money in the Bank on Saturday. She is about that life.
She's her and Vanessa Hudgens they're on the active roster, honestly.
But she people were like Sabrina Carpenter's like too sexual. I was like, that's what y'all call sexual? Like, she's Betty Boop, bro. Like she's
Yeah.
it's very cartoony in a way, which
it's like what I imagine a cartoon duck thinks sex is. And it's cool. Like, enjoy yourself.
The cartoon
Daffy Duck.
The cartoon don't wear pants.
That's what Flucky Duck thinks sex is. Water go down the hole. That's
Daffy Duck out here fucking. Jesus.
Whenever you say fucking, I laugh so fucking hard.
I can't say it too often because I've found out like sometimes the kids are listening to this show, and so I'll say it, and then the wife is like, you know, the kids were listening. You're talking about fucking, and I'm like, oh.
I think I told you this. Like, I never like whenever I used to do the live cast with Wade, never said a bad word on there, but I did say Santa Claus wasn't real one time.
Oh
And
no!
the blowback I got because people, it's a family show, so people like riding their cars and listen. Damn, what does that guy mean about Santa Claus? Like, my man.
Getting like VIP members for like the last 20 years, being like, I'm canceling my subscription because I can't put it out of the bag.
And then I was at the ringer. They got rid of me, boy. That'd be shout out to Wade.
So shouldn't you be writing an expose on Santa Claus for the ringer then?
Yeah, that North Pole blood money.
Don't even talk about what happened to them penguins.
Jesus. Those elves are just child workers. Those are child labor workers. All those elves.
This is true.
Yes,
yeah. This is true.
I gotta find that shit. That was amazing, bro. I've never been this like that.
Putting those reindeer to work. He's whipping the reindeer to fly.
He said, anyone from the ringer do an expose on Vince McMahon or Saudi Arabia, but you come on Twitter to make sure to retweet every slam dunk on WWE that mentions that when the people you follow like Kaz and Seahawk are bought just as easily as CM Punk. Cake. Eating it too.
Wait, what? I missed all of this. I didn't see
that was
any
it.
of this.
That was it.
That was the tweet.
The fun thing is, you know who said it. Like somebody who wrote a sentence, cake period, eating it too. You know who it was.
Oh,
and
God, are they Irish?
I feel like I do actually know who it was.
They Irish.
Was it the community leader?
Get off my dick. Like, just leaving people alone is so easy. It really is.
Yeah.
Not for someone who lives on one place. Your dick, apparently.
I don't
He's
have
got
time.
residency over there.
I don't have time
Yeah,
for
This
all
is
this
gonna be
Twitter
great.
drama.
He paid taxes.
He's paying
Paying
taxes on that.
taxes.
That's
Get audited.
crazy.
He's got a mortgage. He's got a
Oh.
mortgage.
Uh,
You ain't get the shit on busted open, tell you that much.
That's crazy. That,
By the way, for anyone who's mentioned it in the chat, just bringing it back to wrestling for a sec. Private Party, yes, the story is that their AEW contract is coming due, but Fightful Select, we're going to have some more on that little today, so keep an eye out on that. But yeah, the reporting from Wrestling Observer Newsletter was that Private Party are nearing the end of their AEW deal, and we'll see what that means for them and what the reporting is going to be on that.
did they? Were they fumbled?
I mean, they haven't been on TV since
People are gonna say
they
that.
lost the titles. That's the
They
one
went to House of Glory though. They did that House of Glory show.
in
You know what's
March.
interesting? That's what I was gonna say, because again, fumbled is stupid. But Kimmy, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it sucks when they're clearly one of those acts that in front of the right crowd, they're very, very over. Like the House of Glory loved them. I remember one of the things that, not that he lost confidence, but something that really reminded Rick of who he was performing at House of Glory. And he was like, wow, like they really fuck with me, even though I haven't been on TV. And it's like, no, yeah, that's a great crowd. And Private Party was the same. Crowd was really into them there, really appreciated them. It just seemed like they could have been put in a better position to succeed at AEW. I think that they had all the qualities of a tag team that AEW would want to push. They have that style, they have that excitement. I think that, and I love Top Flight. I think that they show a little more personality than Top Flight. They have a little more size than Top Flight. They have a more unique look. I really think it was there. So it's unfortunate. I think they could have done more with them.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times the issue with AEW is they believe that a story is them winning the titles and that's the end of the story. And they don't know how to continue the story after that, because Private Party had a ton of momentum the way they beat the Young Bucks last year. That was one of the best moments on Dynamite of all of 2024. And that's kind of where their story ended. And then they didn't put the time to do anything creative or give them a rivalry to kind of make their title reign stand out. And that's basically where it kind of all fell apart, and they were just looking for the next tag team to put the titles on. And when they found them in Hurt Syndicate, they just basically stopped using them after that.
We talked about it on this show after they won the titles. It's like they were doing the Death Rider stuff with Garcia, and then they won the titles, and then they come out in their first promo and they're like, thank you, Young Bucks, for elevating us and making everything better, and we're going to now defend these titles against the best tag teams in AEW. Like, weren't you just feuding with the Death Riders? Like, don't you have an issue with them? Why are you now feuding with random tag teams? And then they did the 4-way match where everyone wanted the Outrunners to win that match. It's like, oh, that's not a good sign when people want the Outrunners to win this match and you just got the titles. And then they lost them to the Hurt Syndicate, and they've not been on television since then.
And they never followed up on what Moxley originally said. Moxley said, I'm here to motivate the people that have been here since day one and provide a fire underneath them. And that's what they actually did. If you watch, that's what they did with the Private Party. They broke Isaiah's hand, and then that went on them chasing the titles with the Young Bucks and having 2 great matches with them. They won the titles, and then Moxley didn't mention it in a promo. Private Party didn't mention it in a promo. They literally told the story, and then no one mentioned it.
They mention it in interviews. Like, you gotta be me and listen to media interviews to hear them talk about this, because they were on Talk Is Jericho and they talked about it. I was like, oh, you should say that on television instead of on Talk Is Jericho, and instead of giving credit to the Young Bucks on television, because that doesn't make any sense for the TV portion of things. And then they just never did. I was like, yeah, all right, well, yeah, they should have definitely done more, because I'm with Cam. They had a great look. They were a very good tag team. They were over. That Shot song was over, and then they changed it, which I thought was dumb in the first place. But
and then they changed
Then
it.
didn't they
back.
change it back?
And then they changed,
Yeah,
because
they
they
changed
were
it
like,
right
"Oh,
back.
shots is over." Yeah,
But and then they played. I remember once they played the new one in error, and like the guys looked back at the curtain. They were like, "What are you playing the wrong song for?" It was just like a whole, yeah. That it's always the production stuff that makes me laugh. But they had a good presentation coming out, and like having Sam pull the rope and do the private party entrance. They do the flip and the crotch thrusting in the air. Come on, man! It was an entertaining intro. If they go to NXT, you can call them Public Party.
public party. Stop.
Because everyone's invited now.
Everyone's invited.
We're an inclusive brand.
House
WWE.
party. They're gonna call them house party.
That's what they would call it.
And tell them to grow their hair like Kid and Play.
But would that be on a play for Frat House from Ring of Honor?
Was from Ring of Honor. Who watches that?
That was killer
I watched-
on this show, boy.
No. Hold on. I watched the Ring of Honor last night
Why
because
did everyone watch Ring of Honor except
I
for
did as well.
because
Did
you
as
know
well.
who's going after the title. You know who they're about to strap up.
I'm vanilla, baby.
Okay,
Let's
so you're
go.
talking about the fact I texted you about Blake Christian and you
Okay.
didn't answer me.
Does anybody want to explain, Kimmy? When did you text me? What night did you text me on?
I think I texted you on Wednesday.
Does anyone
that was
want
the
to tell
wrong night.
Kimmy?
It
Yes.
was the wrong night.
What was
wrong
going
night.
on Wednesday night to where I was not caring about the professional wrestling?
I literally had to put in a 5-star performance on the C-suite. I had to do 450 splashes and shooting star presses. I had to go 60 minutes on the C-suite to even get a reaction out of Jeremy and to get him out of the haze he was in on yesterday's show.
I had to set up the show yesterday. Nobody told me. I had to wait until the show started just to make sure that Jeremy was there and they didn't have to AI, Jeremy's likeness for the show. I was waiting there. I was like, I got stuff I need to do. I want to go run some errands. I want to go to the library and get some work done. And I had to wait until y'all were live just to know whether or not
Who
Jeremy.
goes to the library in the year 2025?
There's like a billion Toronto Public Library.
More people.
Frequent them, you
Rude
rude.
out here.
Plenty
Yo,
of places to go.
I watching Jay Rose become a famous television personality at the expense of Jeremy's happiness. It's pretty rough. It's them boys ain't scared, Jeremy. I don't know what else to say. Them boys ain't scared.
I know.
They just where so many people would fold. They're just not scared. I'll take the big shot. I'll go for it. It is.
They're a fourth seed,
impressive.
and they're playing like it. They're like, we're a
They're
fourth
playing
seed.
with
What are we
house
to
money
lose?"
at this point.
Yeah,
Them
I'm
boys
about to
ain't-
have a lot of money.
It
thanks to
reminds
the
me
Pacers.
of 2012 when San Antonio. I'd never seen a team move the ball like that. It was just flying around, find the three, find the open guy. And OKC, funny enough, was just like, I'm just going to shoot the shit out of the ball. I am just going to fearlessly shoot this thing. I don't care what system or how clean San Antonio plays. We're just going to keep shooting the ball. And they broke our backs, So it's interesting just watching Indiana just stay in the game. And in the fourth quarter, nobody's afraid to shoot that rock. It is impressive watching them.
I disagree.
And Chase Preston.
They very much have a lot of 2011 Dallas Mavericks in them. And of course, Rick Carlisle being the coach is another indication of that. But it's very much kind of like that, the way they're playing.
Why am I being bullied on my own show?
I'm
You showed up late.
Kimmy started it.
And tell Chet to do some fucking push-ups, man. I need Chet, him and Wemby have a real rivalry or whatever. Chet, do something. I want to poke him with a stick. Do something. Go get it.
The team sucks. They're not getting anything. They're getting bounced in 5 games.
They're winning game 4 tonight. You heard it
tell
here
you
first.
what, I can't remember and it probably happens every year, so what am I saying? But I'm really looking forward to tonight. Really looking forward to tonight. Friday night, game 4. Tonight will be fun for me. Not for you. For me though.
It's fun for me. It's fun for me as well.
Tonight,
And I might get
Even
into
though me
Rose
being
here.
right.
tonight y'all might be making funeral arrangements for me. So
Oh dear.
SB3 had the audacity yesterday.
Hold on, let me check. flights, see how much
Audacity.
it cost.
SP3 yesterday. SP3 yesterday goes. Besides basketball, how are you feeling, Jeremy?
Oh, asshole.
No, can't do that.
Asshole.
Can't do that.
And I told him, that's like asking, hey, besides that cancer, how you doing?
He compared it to cancer,
Yeah.
and someone getting shot in his family.
Yeah.
That's what he compared it to. This is outlandish.
No,
Wasn't
it's
so
not.
aside from that, how was the theater?
That was a comparison I made too. I was like, hey, Mrs. Lincoln, how was that play?
Oh man.
No, besides basketball, how are you
Listen,
feeling?
and again, I'm not trying to make it like it always sucks, but I survived 2013, man. I did not, and I kid you not, I didn't sleep.
You
right
had
through.
championships though. This is what people. Okay, you already had a title. This
First of
team
all,
has won nothing.
You
They've won
can't cry
nothing.
over an expansion team. Like, you're not allowed to do that. Like, you can be emotionally invested. They're babies. It's fine.
Everyone keeps saying,
I'll tell you what.
they'll be back. Yeah,
Rose is,
Rose is on an Alaskan cruise, or she's about to go on an Alaskan cruise. When you go on an Alaskan cruise, where do you take off from? Seattle. So she's in Seattle, and she takes a picture, and she's like, "What's this?" And apparently, it's like Sean Kemp's dispensary. She was driving by, and she was like, "Who's that?" And I sent her a picture, and I was like, "Hey, see that number on his jersey? That's also how many kids he has. So please go buy some weed from him."
I need you to do two things. One, first of all, has Rose done an Alaskan cruise before?
No, she's not.
Okay, she needs to know three things. One, she will be the youngest person on that cruise by about 50 years.
Oh yeah, she's with her mom. So yeah,
yeah. No, I'm not kidding. I've done the Alaska run. You are the people there. Okay. From the music side of things, we had to change our sets from playing stuff from like 90s and newer. They wanted us to play 50s and 60s music exclusively. This was 2012, so like, it's not that far away.
But my best friend's going on the Alaska cruise next month for her birthday.
Yeah, and everyone on that cruise will be 60 years older than your friend. That's just the way it is. People die on those cruises, and it's because of old age. Anyway, the point is, you got that.
I want to go on one of those cruises.
I do recommend them. They are lovely times. I do really.
You're making it sound like, oh, these people are going on the Titanic.
No, they're not dying. They're not dying because the ship goes down. They're dying because they're old. Like, it's not that hard to understand. But
they're dying from old age.
Yeah, they're dying because they're old. But what you need to do, so the old thing, that's fine. She's got to know that. But this is actually the two most important things. When she docks in Ketchikan, Alaska, she needs to go to two places, Cam. You need to tell her this. Ketchikandies, which is a pretty obvious candy store. They do really good chocolates. They're fantastic. They do not sell drugs that I know of unless they've changed their business plan in the last few years. So Ketchikandies and Burger Queen. Burger Queen is one of the best burger places you will find on the Alaska run. Those are the two spots she's got to go to.
I just sent it to her now. I'm just imagining you and the boys playing your rendition of Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It" for a bunch of 70-year-olds.
We did that on the second contract when we did the Gatsby nights, and we had to turn everything into like postmodern jukebox 20s and 30s style, and we did do that song.
I feel like you got a lot of bow ties in your house.
I have one because I wore a black tie for the other stuff.
Very nice.
Also, there's a tie place in Skagway, but I don't know if she's going to Skagway. She probably is.
You're not a bow tie?
No, they're ran by legitimate like Thai people who moved to Alaska, and it's delicious. I forget the Thai place's name, but it's well known.
You shouldn't eat the Thai.
Well,
it's edible.
It is if you cook it up right and put the right spices on it.
Okay.
And it's silk. You can usually eat silk.
Should you eat silk?
I mean, it's not whether or not you should or shouldn't. It's whether or not you can. And technically, you can do anything. I can eat rocks if I want to.
I say you can technically eat a lot of things.
Eat Dwayne Johnson? Hold on.
I eat rocks. I smoke rocks.
Dwayne's out here telling doctors like, "Oh, I have a problem with my stomach and my heart," and we're like, "Oh, really? The guy who wakes up at 2 a.m. after going to bed at 1 to go work out all day and then eats copious amounts of food at any given time? He's got stomach and heart problems. Never would have guessed it.
How much super chat money for Joel to eat rocks on this show?
I am not my child.
I feel like we can make this happen.
I can tell the story real quick. This is a few weeks ago now. I'm outside with my kid outside in the front garden of our place, and he looks at me. It's 5:00, and we're just playing out there. And he looks at me. He's like, "Daddy, I'm hungry." I'm like, "All right, well, dinner's gonna be here in 10 minutes. We had ordered in for the night, so we're just hanging out when there's this rock, kind of like rock-like
structure.
Yes, giant rock. So we're just sitting there and we're playing, and then he's sitting like here and I'm sitting here and we're facing away from each other. And then all of a sudden I hear something crinkling and I turn around and I'm just like, "Buddy, what are you doing?" And he opens his mouth and he's got like 2 rocks in his mouth. I'm like, "No, get those out of there." And this is the first time that he's ever done this, and he's never done it since. And so when I finally got it out of him, I'm like, "Buddy, why did you put rocks in your mouth?" He's like, "I was really hungry." And I was like, "You couldn't wait those 10 minutes?" He's like, "I was really hungry." I was flabbergasted. That had never happened, and it hasn't happened since, because when the kid says I'm hungry, you bet your ass 9 times out of 10 we're going to get him something to eat. Something small. But God, that moment was like, "Why are you eating rocks? I'm hungry."
Let him live, Joel.
The boy thought he was in a never-ending story.
Well, we mentioned it at his school the next day, and they're just like, "He has never done that with us." I'm like, "What happens when he says he's hungry?" He's like, "Well, we just take him to the kitchen whenever they say they're hungry and they eat something." I'm like, "Yep, that's probably what happened."
Let him live, Joel. Can't believe.
Well, now you know.
You would try to malnourish your child by not allowing him to eat rocks.
Maybe he needed to lose a couple of. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that about my kid ever.
Wow, now this kid's fat. He said this kid's fat.
No, he is of me, so probably he will be. Let's face it.
He is of me.
he's gonna be anything like me.
Wow.
God forbid the child have a sense of adventure by breaking his rocks.
Can't believe it. They could be Chocolate Center.
That's true.
You don't know that.
What rocks are near you?
Yeah, Ella eats rocks. That's yeah.
Ella has terrible food takes.
That's true. Ella's going to be on our show on Monday, by the way. We're going to grill her on her food
Since
takes.
when?
She told me. She texted me that she told you in the midst of the show that she's
I don't know anything that's happening.
Well,
I might be dead on Monday, Joel.
Well, here's the thing. I can't make it to the funeral because the cheapest flights are $1,100, and I don't think anyone's going to foot the bill.
There's a very real possibility that I'm dead on Monday.
When is Game 5 Sunday?
Game 5 is Monday.
Yeah.
No,
Game
5 is
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, it's Monday. So it's a 2-day gap, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, if he's down 3-1, so he's already preparing.
Yeah,
for
I'm
what's gonna
dead.
happen.
All right, so let's say, okay, I got to shift my time here. So let's say Tuesday. How are we looking for that?
Oh, I'll definitely be dead on Tuesday. If Game 5 is on Tuesday, yeah.
I'll definitely be dead.
I'm 100%
dead. Then.
Hold on. When
it is mortality.
I'm making sure, just in case there's a cheaper ticket I can come in on. $1,200, so maybe not. I should stick to the other one.
There's a 90% chance I'm dead by tomorrow, and there's a 100% chance I'm dead by Tuesday.
You're a 7-point favorite. You got this.
We've been a 7-point favorite all series, Cam. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yo, I've literally never heard Jeremy change his octave. Yo,
none of it matters.
He broke the volume on his mic.
Oh my goodness.
7-point
crashing
favorite.
out, guys.
Gives a shit about 7-point favorites.
Oh my goodness.
We got starters who can't score 7 points. Case and Wallace.
Why is he starting still?
Because Mark Daniels got to be the smartest guy in the room and change the starting lineup before the game even starts. Stupid. 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 I popped the kids apparently, so that's fun.
I don't like the fact that they're making me look like I was wrong. My prediction. They're gonna break our streak too.
You can't trust OKC SB. How long have we been doing this show together? How many times have I had to tell you, don't do it. Just don't do it. You wanted to try to be smart too. You wanted to be like, oh, OKC. No, this is their year. This is their year.
I called it ahead of time. Hey, I'm closer than your prediction.
Stupid.
To be fair,
you're gonna look stupid.
You wanted to try to be smart too is crazy. He's so upset.
We're all just gonna look
I've
dumb.
never seen someone react like this to it.
Everybody's just gonna be dumb.
A 2-1 deficit.
You was like
It's over.
You were like Animal from the Muppets just now.
It's
You was
over.
it's wild.
What, Ella? What is this question?
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely
that's a dumb question. I'm sorry.
basketball definitely makes
Yeah.
people rage.
Yeah,
and
basketball's
rage.
real.
Oh yeah, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
What, Ella?
Are you stupid or are you dumb?
What are we doing?
She's gonna be on American Gladiators. That woman that she was called stupid or dumb.
What are we doing? Wrestling is predetermined bullshit. Who cares?
Yeah, I never
wrestling.
take wrestling that seriously.
Oh God, like it's gonna take. It's. Can I make that joke? I told you guys at PWI that he can mess up my credentials. Tyrese Halliburton's gonna have to win the NBA championship for us to finally get a black man in the main event.
He might. He's gonna win the WWE title as well.
Can't wait. Club Superstar. We're gonna add the WWE Championship to Club Superstar.
They could listen. They couldn't pay for better publicity because they're gonna have that belt on him mid-court soon as the last buzzer goes off if he wins. That is gonna
Is he gonna try to yeet too?
With the glasses and all.
With the glasses.
that's,
He's all like, "I love Jey Uso," and I'm like, "Oh, I hope you get ready to ring in or out when you holding that thing." They'll give you the title shot on.
he's the only person that they could probably convince to pose mid-court with the world heavyweight title as opposed to the WWE title, just to give it the rub. He'll probably wear both and have a Money in the Bank.
Well, who wants that secondary title?
He already bought that one. He already
And,
bought the world title.
Slammy. Often
It's a secondary title because John Cena is defending the WWE Championship against a Raw superstar coming up. So.
Yeah, but John Cena doesn't have a designation.
He doesn't have a brand.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
But he's holding the top title on SmackDown. This makes no sense.
That's how they get around
Nothing
it.
makes sense. It's WWE. We're having a draft in September, and you know by week 2 of that freaking draft that everyone's going to be on different brands anyway.
Reportedly.
Very true. Very true. Well, that's usually what happens with WWE drafts.
Yeah, because it's the season premiere.
Mm-hmm.
I see Tempest has uploaded his newest video, and the thumbnail with Charlotte Flair, it just says, "Why she sucks."
Oh, I love it.
I
Shout
love
outs to Tempest. Shout outs to Tempest, one of the
Yes.
most knowledgeable people in wrestling media. He finished up with Wrestle Talk this week, so shout outs to him. Go support him. Great guy, knows a lot about wrestling. One of my good friends in the biz from what I've met from my work over at Wrestle Talk. So go out and support Tempest.
Go watch his new video, Why Charlotte Flair Sucks. It's called Charlotte Flair, the greatest wrestler to ever suck. And then he puts in parentheses, it's not her fault. And that's my point. So please don't, what me.
Jeremy, are you okay? You look like you're contemplating life.
I can't afford the flight.
I've been contemplating life since about 11 o'clock on Wednesday.
He has the best neighbor ever. His neighbor asked him, "How's his night?"
Aww.
I was out walking the streets for 2 hours Wednesday night. And if I got hit by a car, I would have been fine with that. Would have been completely fine.
You
if
let
a car
basketball
had hit
turn
me.
you into a whore? I hate that for you.
I feel like a whore the way OKC keeps fucking me every game.
Oh my god.
Oh. Wow.
He might be more angry because today is game 4 than he was yesterday.
Because y'all keep pushing.
I'm not pushing anything. I didn't start
I just asked if he was okay.
Uh-oh. There it is. Somebody just threw up the Old Bay.
Oh no. Oh god, no. Poor Booster. Poor Booster. Anyways,
He just has bad guts. He's fine.
What'd you say he has?
He has bad guts. He's a Frenchie. They just sound like that sometimes.
All right. Well, hopefully can come out both sides.
Now you just manifested that into the universe, Joel.
Hey, my cleanup. You want to talk thumbnail for 5 minutes since it is the thumbnail?
What is this
Thumbnail.
We got 3 matches potentially main eventing All In.
SP3 and I already told you what's going to happen yesterday. They're going to do 3
Yes,
rings.
3
They're all going to
rings,
go on at
World War
once.
3, yes.
Yeah.
And
At
Kevin
the
Nash is
same
going to show up
time-
and he'll win the whole thing. I get it. I do. Sting will come down from the raft.
Whenever Joel's on this show, on the day after me and Jeremy do a show, he literally has to do a show about stuff that me and Jeremy already talked about. Don't you know?
It's not my
this,
fault I
Jeremy?
don't watch
You're
the show.
you're usually the person he's here with.
It's not
In
my fault I
fairness
don't pay
to Joel.
attention.
In fairness to Joel, Thursdays are TNA and Tuesdays are NXT. So
Yeah, I get the short end of that stick.
they're- the talking points on Wednesdays and Fridays are a little less than.
And ain't no one want to talk TNA on a Friday. I get it. Listen, we've implemented the if they're gonna watch one thing from TNA this week, this is what you should watch. Like I'll give it to you. This week it's probably the whole show is fine. I like the 841 match, the Knockouts 841 match is a good match. Go watch that. Tessa loses, so that's all that really matters. And there you go. It's a fun match. And they've announced it's Moose versus Leon Slater for the X Division title at Slammiversary. That's official, as it should be. And this is Leon Slater's time. So there you go.
Did they actually have an 841 or 841 matchup, or did they have like 841 like tournament where they
No,
just had
it was
fantastic-
the match.
It's
The
a
match happened. It
Yeah.
starts off. It's 4-on-4, and then whoever those 4 who win, they do an immediate 4-way for number 1 contendership.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how the 841 match works. And you know what? Like, it's one of TNA's newer ideas that have kind of worked out for them because they have the people who work for them. It's fun. It's good. But yeah, if you're gonna watch one thing, an overall like pretty good TNA show. But we also talk about our favorite botches for or
So who
mistakes.
won?
Oh, Killer Kelly, because that should absolutely shock nobody.
That was pretty obvious. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty obvious after Against All Odds.
And the way they were talking about it, they made it sound like this was a Slammiversary match, but then they said no, it's in 2 weeks on Impact. So whatever Masha's doing for Slammiversary, that's still on the table, and I fear that it's the person who walked out on her team in the 841 match. Yeah, you can guess who that was.
Exactly. I already know who that is.
But I don't know if they'll go back to the well. I've like I said, I know.
I think it was pretty obvious after she lost at Rebellion. I was like, why do I have a feeling they're going to do this exact same matchup at Slammiversary? They just didn't want her to just come in and win her first time getting the opportunity.
Well, it's like I said, the people who wanted her there are not all working there anymore, so that does change some of the dynamics. So regardless, the knockouts match between Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich is in 2 weeks. The way they made it sound was as if she was just doing a face-to-face, but instead it sounds like the match is going to be then. Okay, sure. This was hilarious to me. They open up Impact this week with Mike Santana trying to get into the building, and Santino says, no, you are suspended for the next 2 weeks because of what you did it Against All Odds. And Santana was like, Santino, I like you, I respect you, so I'm gonna take this and I'll walk away. Fine. And then they say next week they're doing a 10-man tag, and Santana is announced as part of the 10-man tag, but he has been suspended, and it's known that he is not allowed. And then that's the kayfabe reason. The real reason he wasn't there is because he was in New York doing the House of Glory Puerto Rican weekend show that he puts on. So he wasn't there for the TV tapings anyway, and that was known. It's just like, when a talent can't make it because they go to Qatar or Australia or they can't go into Canada, like they always find a reason to make it work. This was fine. It was 2 weeks of TV that he's off. So because he wasn't there, they still put him on the graphic for the match. Meanwhile, Leon Slater was not a part of the match officially until the end of the episode of Impact when he had already been announced to. Anyway, it's very funny. But yeah, talk about production issues. That's my favorite one from last night. Otherwise, like I said, Impact was a solid episode. Good wrestling. Go check it out. And those were the things I think you should watch for Impact this week.
Did y'all talk about our good friend of the show, Charles Mason, winning the HOG championship?
Yeah, Jeremy made reference to it because
Yeah.
he and him are not the same
Yeah, we talked about that on Monday.
in no uncertain terms.
Yeah.
Are they the same?
No.
SB3, are you gonna preview New Japan Dominion, or do you have to run again?
I'm working as we're on here, so I don't really have to run.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were doing a little bit of running after that. That's all. You're here. You're clear. What's going on at Dominion? Is it going to be a good show?
Oh, it's gonna be one of the best shows of the year for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Dominion is their second biggest show of the year, right behind Wrestle Kingdom. It's really kind of their, like, if you want to make a WWE reference, like their SummerSlam, their big summer show. So yeah, it should be a great show, especially with the two top matches. I'm calling it a double main event. I don't know if New Japan's calling it a double main event, but double main event where you got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Hiroki Goto defending against what many people believe is the greatest IWGP World Heavyweight Champion of all time, Shingo Takagi. Takagi is upset because he has no stable anymore because LIJ is no more. He has no family. He has no kids like Goto does. So he's looking to get the championship from Goto because he needs something in his life. He's literally cut promos saying that multiple times. That's really the story of this matchup, that he has no family, he has no friends, he has no stable, so he needs the championship to kind of make something. And Shingo's beaten him 3 out of 4 times, so he has a little bit of advantage. I think if there's any place that Goto's going to lose the title before Wrestle Kingdom, this would be one of the prime places. I could see them putting the title on Shingo, but got to ride the Goto Revolution train, in my opinion. I think the more anticipated of the two top matches, though, is Yota Tsuji versus Gabe Kidd, which is really like their two big future stars of the promotion. I made the comparison when they faced that New Beginning. This is the Anthony Edwards versus Luka Doncic of New Japan Pro Wrestling, where you have the American star that people are very high on, and then you got the foreigner who's come in and is really kind of gets more of the praise from the local fans and international fans, if you will, for the Japanese fans in Yota Tsuji. I think this would be the place to take the title off of Yota Tsuji, because I think Yota Tsuji is going to win the G1, but we're also going to find out who's going to be in the G1 Climax on Sunday as well. So a lot of big things going to come out of Dominion, I think, and it's already been announced by the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Konosuke Takeshita is going to be off from AEW television, apparently, reportedly, to be in this year's G1. But
that came out last night before the Observer came around.
Yeah, let's not give credit to the Observer. No offense, but New Japan screwed up and they posted a picture of the poster that had Takeshita on it. So that's how the Observer knew it. But the Observer doesn't always cite where they get these things from.
Well, no, they don't. They don't
put it in there, so.
It is going to be soon G1 season, and of course, as always, every year we ask the same question.
No, we don't.
Where's G1 Miz, and when will we see Mike Mizanin, G1 participant and G1 block winner?
He's very busy. American Gladiators.
This is the year. If he can be the New Japan Gladiator, come on in.
I really feel like when Joel highlights stupid shit like this, he really wants me to get off the stream. He really wants me to just back out of the stream.
What's wrong?
He just starts saying goofy stuff like the Miz in the G1.
It's not.
No,
Miz.
you just give me a reason to go back to work.
It's like Mizanin.
He's been doing the G1 Miz thing forever. So
yeah, this was a me and Kate creation.
Yeah, this is nothing new from Joel. This is nothing new.
Every year I get sent this
nonsense is nothing new from Joel. I agree.
You just hate fun, don't you?
No, I don't like the Miz in my New Japan.
No, would you rather have Mr. Iguana in the G1?
That's what someone said. Hashtag we want G1 Iguana.
I'll just forget that too. Would you rather that? Come on.
Esprit Theory doesn't like the Miz in the G1, but has no problem going to bat for Yo and Show.
Hey, I thought that was going to be good. It wasn't. I am nothing but honest. I am nothing but honest here. I was looking forward to Yo versus show. I am never looking forward to anything Miz. You know where I want to see Miz in? I want to see him on the challenge.
Yeah,
How
it would
about
be
he
nice
on
if
the
he
challenge
returned.
50? The challenge 50. Give me the Miz on the challenge, and I'm here for it. You're muted. I don't know if he's talking to us or not, but he's muted.
I feel like he's on the
But
phone, and that's why he muted
oh,
himself.
that makes sense. That also makes sense. I don't want to see the Miz in the G1. I'll just keep it at that.
Coward. You just hate entertainment.
I think you hate good wrestling.
What is good wrestling? That is a subjective take.
I know you don't know what good wrestling is. I know what good wrestling is. It's
No.
none of the things you suggest.
Are we going back to gatekeeping SP3? Is that what we're doing? We're
No,
wrestling.
we're going back to Joel is miserable about wrestling.
I'm not miserable about wrestling. I just know what I want to see, and that's G1 Miz. That's what the people have been clamoring for years.
What people?
Kate and I have been
What
on.
people? You,
years.
Kate, and 2 people in the chat?
Oh, the chat knows. They know what they want.
Yeah. It's been a thing. Like,
It has.
I don't have to love it either. I think it's funny, but it's definitely been a thing.
Photos were made. Conversations were had. When I interview The Miz inevitably next year at WrestleMania because he's got nothing else to do, I'll ask him about G1 Miz. By the way, shout out
Oh my God, you are going back to Vegas?
No, I'm not.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Ken Bruno for this one. This is the Fightful bunch. No, I'm not. As of right now, I'm not planned or have been asked to go back to Vegas for Mania week. The odds are low.
That sounds terrible.
You know who is going?
Yeah, where are they putting you this time?
I don't know. We didn't get that far with our lives.
Well, time to figure that one out. They got to get you through Texas first.
Yeah, do you see my little 28 days till Starcast little thing?
What a dork counting down the days till Starcast.
Till I work Starcast? I'm so
Yeah.
excited to go to Texas. Are you kidding?
Said no
Starcast
one
looks like
ever.
Starcast looks like it's fun.
No, I meant Texas.
Oh, Texas. Man.
I've only been once.
Yeah, and you learned your lesson. Well, clearly not because you're going back.
Well, I was invited. So yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna go.
Imagine willingly going to the States or living in the States or staying in the States. Imagine
That's
that.
fair.
Okay, we get it. You're from Canada. Whoopie-doo.
Happily so. Matthew, I know
I
you're
wanted to go to New Orleans. Really bad to the comment that says, Kimmy, we'll get sent to New Orleans. I wanted to go so bad because I've never been. And I wanted to go on Bourbon Street. Adam Cole and I had this whole plan. And now I don't get to go because TKO.
Adam Cole was going to be there. He'd probably get more television time on AEW or on WWE than AEW right now.
He said that the first time I would go to Bourbon Street, he said that if he was doing absolutely nothing, he would come with me because you cannot walk Bourbon Street alone.
The thing about
Dangerous.
Adam Cole is that he's always doing something because there's always a video game to play. So clearly he's just humoring you.
No.
As nice as he is, he's still all about the video games. Not the boom, but the video games.
And the Paragon.
Adam Cole's going to get called in to do commentary for, a match. And that's it.
They just got to hit the music. That's all they do. Have him come out, walk around the ring, do the pose, and then leave the ring and get lost on the way to commentary again.
I was thinking about Adam Cole yesterday.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know. But like somebody posted a clip of him and MJF, and it was when they remixed the theme, when they combined it. And it was like, dude, that dude was so over. Like he was so over. And he was definitely going to win the world title. Like that was clearly where it was going. And now he's just a guy that like comes out there and does commentary and is back with this NXT group from a decade ago. It's like, oh man. And it's something he did wrong, obviously. He just jumped off the ramp and shattered his ankle, which is very unfortunate. But he clearly he clearly doesn't move the same in the ring, and he doesn't get the promo time that he used to, and it doesn't look like they have like a real solid plan for him. But Tony loves him, and Tony wants him to, he wants to continue to highlight him. He's not a guy you can like put in that spot anymore, and it's very unfortunate because by all accounts I've only met him one time, and it was a very in passing thing, but the nicest guy in the world. And I always saw him as a guy who could be a top guy, even back to his NXT days. I was like, yeah, he can. I feel like this is a dude who can be an absolute top guy in the company, and that was WWE at the time. Then when he came to AEW, I was like, yeah, he can be a top guy. Like, I know there's a lot of great wrestlers in AEW, but he's a very good promo, and when the bell rings, like, he is good enough to still hold his own against whoever you put him in the ring against. And sadly, he's not that guy anymore, and it sucks because it's not his fault. It's just injuries happen and shit happens.
But you
I
know
also don't get why he doesn't defend the TNT title either. Like, he defended against Kyle Fletcher, but then before that, like, when was the last time he defended the title? He beat Daniel in April.
Yeah.
That's what the
Someone
TNT
tell us.
title is.
He defended against Claudio Castagnoli on AEW Collision Spring Breakthrough, and then that was it.
That's the thing. The TNT title is it's the moment title. Get your moment and then move on. But you know who's never injured? This man.
Look at that photo.
What is
Is
that?
the season, baby. Ryan Lambert, thank you. Every year around this time, it comes back.
Yeah, the TNT title is just it's unfortunately not anything important.
Hey Matthew, I did know I was muted. I was with a student. I was doing the job, and as disappointed as Jeremy is right now, I'm even more disappointed. Hate when I get a very nice student, who's very polite and wants to go to school and wants to learn, and they're like, "I want to change my degree to criminal justice." I'm like, that's what we need, more police. Thanks.
I saw what they were doing in LA and I said I could do better.
And that's the worst thing. It's always like when something like this happens. Like, yeah, I want to be a cop.
Yeah. Hey, what made you decide to join the army? Well, let me tell you about 2000 anyway.
Watching people get blown down the street by hoses and mace. I was like, I can do it too. No, you're good, Matthew. I was definitely saying words very, very softly and succinctly, with no volume. So yeah. What does Kyle Fletcher weigh right now?
350.
A couple horses and a cow. Like, that dude is
Shredded.
Yeah.
A couple of kangaroos.
And just
Watching it in real time is like, when was it? WrestleMania in Philly, so a little over a year ago. Seeing him at the press conference, decent sized guy, but he's a fucking house right now. My goodness.
That was the other thing when I was watching the like MJF Adam Cole stuff. They faced Aussie Open at All In, and like you look at the difference between Fletcher then and Fletcher now. Like, it's a whole, like, he ate that Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, man.
Like, that is how big this dude is right now. He's a
I remember
fucking
Osprey,
monster.
when I interviewed him for Yahoo, he was like, man, because I kind of, there's not a direct parallel, but of course you compare him to Omega, and on the flip side, you compare Fletcher to him. He was like, man, he's like, I wish I could put on muscle and keep muscle on like Fletcher does. He's like, I just don't have that in me, like, genetically. But yeah, man, he's a house right now. My goodness.
Yeah. Dude is a monster. I mean, he's probably gonna beat Adam Cole for that TNT title here pretty shortly.
Good for him. He should. And then he should win the Continental Classic.
He should have won the Continental Classic last year.
Well, then he's got to do that, and then he's got to beat Kenny for the new whatever championship, the unified
title, Joel.
Unified.
Yes, the unified international continental title.
The title that, like, by all accounts, should be called the Intercontinental title. Like, it just matches up so well. They're like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Can you call it like the National title? Is that a thing?
That's going to confuse some people, but yes.
Okay.
WWE is already writing their cease and desist for anything that this title is going to be called.
Yeah,
I mean, in my eyes, TNA bullied them so much to get rid of the international championship, and they won. TNA now has the international title. They're getting rid of it in AEW. That's sad.
TNA definitely didn't bully anybody. Let's be honest.
Hey, let them go.
They didn't bully anybody, Joel.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, from some people, I heard TNA is the #2 promotion in pro wrestling, guys.
Oh God.
Well, listen, if you get a deal with Roku, you become number 2. So the NWA.
Does that mean NWA?
Too. That's right. And if you ask Billy, it's not for sale, and that deal took a long time to come together.
I don't want to buy the NWA. I still want
Neither do I.
pencil
Who the
for
hell
the
wanted to
NWA.
buy the NWA that Billy had to make that statement?
I'll buy, like, if it's cheap, I'll buy the NWA. I'm about to win like thousands of dollars in the next couple of days, so I'll buy the NWA. If it's
Somebody
worth
said, there's a
$1,000.
thread on Twitter, who's the most famous wrestler without any good matches? And
Former
you
NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
yeah, they listed Tyrus. It's like, guys, Tyrus isn't famous. What are you doing?
He's famous in certain.
It's definitely
There's a
Gable
news-
Stevenson.
There's a news channel that people may, nobody likes that guy either.
Yeah, I mean Tyrus is famous in some circles, sadly, but
Yeah, right-wing comedy. All 3 of those people are real excited for him.
well, he's gonna be on the roast of WrestleMania next year, I imagine.
He's gonna
He was
host it.
at backwards a lot, but like not in the cool way.
No, it's an I'm balding, but you don't need to see it. It's how it
Like,
works.
how can you uncool like the original cool thing? It don't look cool when you do it. Like, I don't know. It's not my guy.
Not a lot of people's guy.
Mm-mm. I'm
Oh
sorry.
God, yeah, I don't know, but whatever. The new title is there, and
What do you think about how it looks? Like it does look like the first women's title, but I think
so they've redone the women's title twice. They did it one time small, and then they blew it up a little bit, and then they made the variant that you have now. It looks like the one in the middle,
Yeah.
where they blew it up a little bit. And I looked at that, and I was like, yeah, it's the women's title, just all gold now.
I think it's got to see it on waist to see like the real proportions and like how it looks. I think it looks fine. I wasn't a fan of that like second women's title, but I also like when almost everybody who wears it is a bit smaller and slimmer, I guess maybe it looks cool. I think it's gonna like that one. I want to see how it looks like on a guy to really determine like aesthetically if I like it. But it's fine. It's whatever.
I did not care for it. I just didn't. I think there are a lot of pretty titles in AEW. They've got a fantastic world title. I think
Yeah, they're the best world
title.
title.
Yeah, I think the international title is a really, really good looking title. Even like the continental title to a certain degree had something to it. It wasn't my favorite, but like it had a good look. This new one and the women's title as well. Like they have good looking titles. It's just this one, it wasn't it for me, but I understand people who like it. I looked at it and I was like, nah, swing and a miss.
So now I have a question. So when you win the Continental Classic, does that mean you get that belt? Or like, how does that work?
If I am in that room, I would probably add the stake that the winner gets to challenge for the unified championship. That would be the call I would want to make. Because if you're going to make it for stakes, if the winner of the Owen gets a world title match at all in Texas, then the winner of the Continental Classic should get an unified championship match at pay-per-view X that's coming up after the Continental Classic.
Does that mean the champion does not enter the C2? Because they like to do that. They like to let the champion enter the C2 at Eddie Kingston.
If it's Kenny, yeah, I would suggest probably just making it for the title shot because Kenny don't need to be doing no round robin tournaments anymore.
You know Kenny wants to though.
Yeah, he does. And every match is
Well,
going to be
he absolutely does.
Tummy.
He absolutely does.
Hit me in the tummy and let me sell for it. Every match is going to be the same. Right in the diverticulitis.
Yeah, you know he wants to do it. I think the suggestion of the winner gets a challenge for the unified title makes sense. I still believe like it's gonna get split. I still think they're just gonna do a continental title again, and they're just gonna bring it back for that tournament. This unified title just feels like an Omega and Okada thing because they literally put them on the side plates. You know, win this title and then walk around with these side plates with a one-winged angel and a rainmaker on it. What are we
Maybe they changed the side plates for different people.
No,
They haven't done that at all.
So this is the way I had time to think about it, obviously, because I haven't been on the show since Wednesday, and the show they introduced it that night. The more I thought about it, it was the idea is that Tony, who is a huge wrestling fan to begin with, Tony added those two side plates as a way to pay homage to those two wrestlers forever and ever, amen. Because you look at titles of old, those like the guys who are etched onto those titles were based on other wrestlers of the time. So like these ones are obvious because we know these wrestlers and we know those two moves, but like this wasn't about pointing out those two particular wrestlers doing those two particular moves on the side plate as much as it was just Tony being like, I respect Okada, I respect Omega. They both bring something to the table long term when it comes to professional wrestling. This is my 2025 version of putting them on a title belt. And to me, that makes sense.
I
think that add to the idea of it being maybe not directly on par, but it being an important title akin to a world title. I think that is really cool.
Yeah.
The other time they've done the side plates is what the tag team titles, where they have the Jerry Lynn pile driver and like a sleeper. I don't know who that was supposed to reference, but okay, Jerry Lynn and whoever, fine, like they're retired and everything. These people are active and they're going to be fighting for this title. Like you put the side plates for the people who are fighting. It's like, oh yeah. And then if they're going to be defending it, again, like Kyle Fletcher's going to win this title. Like, yeah, here's my title with a one-winged angel and a rainmaker on the side plate.
And like
aren't the Briscoes on the ROH tag titles too? I could be wrong, but I think at one point they were. They put the Briscoes on the side plates.
That's entirely possible too.
Because I think when the Lucha Bros won it, Alex brought it to WrestleCon, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool! They put the Briscoes on." Alex was like, "Yeah, it's new." Yada yada.
So like that's something that Tony likes to do, is to pay homage to people that he respects and he has in his company. So for me, it makes sense. But I also, Jeremy, I see your point of like, these are two active wrestlers, but they're also going to start winding down maybe in the time of AEW's like rise to prominence. So if
Okada's been winding down since 2 years ago.
He's on the Tanahashi route where like eventually his knees give out and he has to retire, and then we announce the tour. But we're like, that's still 10 years away. It's fine. Regardless, like I see potentially what this is supposed to be, and I'm sure I'm not sure of anything, but I think somebody who is in the room with Tony for a media call should probably ask, hey, what is the significance of putting these two people on the side plates? Like, what does it mean to you? Or like, what was the decision going into this? I'm sure someone's going to ask it, and I'm sure he's going to say it. And if the follow-up is it going to be replaced when somebody else wins? Then that's a good follow-up question to ask.
Don't ask that question, everybody. Ask about when he's getting the rights to Love It On Me.
No.
Yes. I agree.
Jeremy blowing up my phone about this in
should.
Arizona.
I'm sorry that I want you to ask good questions.
That was a good question that I asked, and I got heated on it, and people thought I didn't have a media degree for asking about Scorpio Sky.
I gave you credit. I did say that was a good question. I did put you over, and I said, no, that was actually a good question. I will forgive you for not asking the question that should have been asked. But these other people who are like, isn't it great to be in Arizona, Tony? What's he going to say? Yeah, it's fantastic to be in Arizona. We love it here in Arizona. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing my Tony Khan impression. I'm too depressed. Ask a real question. Ask about Love It On Me by Jack Harlow and why he won't get the rights to it.
Yes, Cam.
So in 28 days, right?
Yeah.
That thing is happening.
That thing is happening.
I made a call yesterday. I'm trying to do a thing at the thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there's somebody who's going to be at the thing who I've been wanting to ask questions for like 10 years. And so we're trying to make that happen.
You and a lot of other people.
Could be cool.
I feel like I know who it is, I think.
That's who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you telling me to kind of like so you could skip the line so I could be like, hey?
Oh no. It's I mean like ask the questions in front of everybody. Like on the stage or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a month out, and so everybody who wants to do a thing that weekend has been like, hit me up, hey, we should try this, hey, we should do this. I'm like, what about the thing that I want to do? I also want to do a thing. So yeah. Trying to make that happen. That would be cool.
Oh, sure, but when I want to do things, they're all like, "No, we don't do wrestler in-person interviews unless we want to do them." Sorry,
To
Ron.
be fair, when we were going to Vegas, Joel had asked me like 10 times to get him into the WrestleCon green room
First
that
of all, it was a
didn't
bit.
exist.
We know this was a bit, hence the long drawn out "get me into the green room" bit.
The green room that didn't exist.
All I want, ROH, their pay-per-view is allegedly coming up as well.
What do you mean allegedly?
Well, what
Allegedly.
matches have been announced?
Yeah, what
Was the
matches
women's
have been announced?
title
Hold on. Yeah, one, what matches have been announced? Two, what happened the last time ROH announced the pay-per-view? Did it happen?
See,
No.
SP3 came back on the screen for this.
Yeah,
With a man
to agree
face.
with me. SP3 came on to agree with me, and that this pay-per-view is allegedly happening.
Yeah, there's no bets. There's no bets because me and Kate made a whole plan. We were going to end the ROH post show in March, and then we were like, hey, we're going to come back for Super Card of Honor on May 2nd. And then what? A month out, they was like, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to do our first pay-per-view since December. The last when I saw Kimmy in person for the first time in Hammerstein Ballroom, we're coming back for a pay-per-view 7 months later. This is not a competently run brand. It's not.
So it's allegedly happening in a month or so. All I want is Blake Christian on this show. Why is this so difficult? They keep ignoring my emails. They keep ignoring my phone calls. I just want an ROH talent on this show. Is that so much to ask? I ain't asking for
Death Before Dishonor. No, Williams on Final Battle.
This show.
this show.
Oh,
This
okay.
show.
Want him
For
on
an
this
interview.
show. Want to interview Blake Christian. It's very sad that I can't, get that done around
Well,
here.
why don't you reach out to him directly?
I probably could, honestly. He knows I exist because he sees all my tweets asking for the theme song to get done. So he knows of my existence, sadly. I wish people didn't know of my existence. And you don't have to know of my existence in a couple of days. I'll be leaving this world.
This is more.
Jeremy.
Again, the flights are too expensive. I love you, but I just can't. I can't justify it.
I don't want anybody to show up to my funeral.
Yeah,
That's-
but
Can I draw through Skype?
Yeah, that's fine. You don't
Skype
have to
doesn't
show
exist
up.
anymore. It'll be the same fate as Jeremy.
Yeah, you don't have to show up to my funeral. I don't want
There's a
anybody
comment
there.
that's supposed to say, you're the reason ROH is in the shitter, Jeremy. What the fuck? But it says, you're the reason Toe is in the sitter. And I don't know who Toe is, but I think I've seen that movie.
Toe.
Toe is in the sitter. Is that like Beefeaters 2? Toe in the sitter? Like, I don't know.
Beefeaters too.
That's a real movie, Cam. We've discovered
I
this.
believe you.
Yeah,
I just don't want to.
We're trying to get
Yeah, I don't wanna
Beefeaters
see
3.
that.
We're trying to get Beefeaters 3 made alongside Mac and Me with the American Cream, Busty Rhodes as the star of the show.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Oh man.
It's gonna be a running bit on this show now.
I just want like Paul London to just watch hood movies and review them.
We can do
man.
that. We
It could be
can-
me, Cam, and Paul London reviewing hood classics.
Like
Oh, God.
London watching Paper Soldiers in real time would just be so fun.
We
You
could probably
know
make
what?
this
I
episode
just
Paul
watched
London.
Paper Shoulders over. It's hilarious. It's Kevin Hart's best work.
Yeah, like
What's the next MLW show? He'll do that.
It's in a couple weeks. It's Summer of the Beast. Yeah,
Oh
we could
yeah,
probably
that's
get
right.
Paul.
And it's in New York.
Man,
I'm gonna
Paul
send that
London
message.
watching
too.
London watching I Got the Hookup.
Need it.
I'm
Paul
gonna
London
message-
watching Hot Boys and like critiquing Silk the Shocker's karate. I need that.
Yo, but y'all know that like Paul's a huge movie buff. It's ridiculous.
I feel like I can message MLW PR and be like, "Hey, we want Paul on the show. Can he watch this movie and review it?" Because and MLW PR will be like, "I'll ask him. Like, we'll see."
His first question: can I feed squirrels while I do
He
it?
honestly like might do it. Like,
He'll
What
do
did he
anything
think
on the
squirrels
show.
like he knew the dude that was outside? Like who
yeah,
got the
he knew
squirrels?
him. Yeah. He's like, these crackheads here all the time. Like,
Why do you know Patrick? he'd be out here too. Like, okay.
Oh man, that'd be great.
I feel like we could make this happen. Paul's amazing. Yeah.
Ooh.
He seems to like us for some reason too. Like,
I
I'm
think
pretty
it's just-
sure.
You just don't ask about wrestling with him, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like he actually doesn't know we're always the same people. Like he doesn't know what show we're doing. He just comes on the show and he's like, I'm just gonna do this and I hope they enjoy it. But he has no idea that like he's actually doing our show. That's my theory.
The same show
Anyway,
every time.
yeah.
Yeah, Joel looks different this time.
Yeah.
My theory is that he doesn't know that he's actually doing this show, and then it's like, oh yeah, these are the people that I've done this, this, and this with. He's like, no, I got to do this show today. All right, sure, this is what I'll do. Hopefully they enjoy my antics, and it'll be fine.
The man just shows up doing the most obnoxiously funny shit.
Dude, he was
I did.
driving.
He was
last-
driving at the start of last.
What do you
I
recall?
did love our interview with him where he was not going off screen to smoke a blunt. He was not doing that.
No,
He definitely wasn't doing
that. He
Well,
definitely
Well,
wasn't.
the
doing that.
first one where he hadn't slept.
Yeah, he hadn't slept for like 36 hours and just showed
Boy,
up.
I was getting messages about that. That was great. People were just like, "Is he okay?" I'm like, "No, that's up to you. What you think of Paul London? Is that okay?"
Paul London rules. He's fantastic.
He is the best.
We'll probably have him on in a couple of weeks ahead of this MLW show. Honestly,
That show
I'll
is
see.
June 26th, by the way.
Hey, I was close. I
Was it
said
June or
2
July?
weeks.
Sorry, July 20. Was it June or July 26th?
I don't know.
Hold
Can
on,
you
I gotta-
read?
No, I can't. It's
Oh my
actually
god.
it's part of the reason why nobody trusts me to do anything in this
Okay.
wrestling sphere.
I just
June,
saw
no,
it.
it is June 26th. June 26th.
All right. There.
There's a meme that says, it's like, of course it's AI because people are terrible. It says Kendrick and Pusha T if they never mention Drake's name. And it's Kendrick and Pusha T dressed as McDonald's employees.
That's outrageous.
Well, the irony of it is Pusha T wrote the McDonald's jingle. That's why he's rich.
Well, you
He
see,
literally wrote ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
yeah,
I'm
but
loving
it's
it.
layers. It's layers, Sam. You don't know.
That's how the McDonald's jingle should have gone, though.
That's true.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Let's see. If I want to go to Kendrick tonight, how much is it going to cost me?
Hey, why didn't you go to Kendrick? He's in Toronto.
You
You're a
should.
coward.
I know. Everyone went to New Ho King last night, except for
Yeah.
Kendrick. Can get. Okay, if I want to sit up in the 500 section, it is $304. That is why I'm
Oh
not.
my god.
It's a good
You got
show.
I'm
You
sure it's
got
great.
big money?
Yeah, it's a great show. You should go to it.
That's great. If I want section A2, row 7, $465. That's just off to the side on the stage. What is the energy floor? What is this? $1,026. You get 2 tickets
But what
Okay.
else do you get?
2 tickets?
to sit in the middle.
Energy
Yep.
drinks as well.
Is it really?
Cliff's going back
I
on
don't
tour,
know.
and I think me and my buddies are going to the show in Dallas, and GA starts at 100.
For who?
Yeah.
Wait, for who is this game? That's
The
going on for?
Clips.
Oh, Clips. Okay.
Oh, clips.
I was supposed
I'm
to go
gonna
to their
push ya.
concert. I was supposed to go to their concert. It was Clips and Neptunes and everybody. They were in North Carolina when I was in high school, and they canceled it. I was very sad. Me and my friends were gonna go, and I was like, "Oh, that's lame that they've canceled it." So.
I'm excited. They are one of my all-time favorite groups. The new single is crazy.
Yeah.
I like pretending to sell drugs. It's really fun. And they're doing they're actually doing something really cool. They're doing through Complex, that the 8th place I work for. They're selling their new merch through Cause, but they're also doing bundles with, you can get a record, you can get a CD, or you can get a tape. Might have to get all 3 because
There you go.
I actually buy records now, but having a tape with nothing to play it on just to have it, I think I got to do it.
Sounds
Yeah, I
about
don't
right.
think I can go to this concert. $234 to sit up in the 500 section. If somebody sends me the money to go, I don't even think I could go because I like to move down as I go, but I feel like the security is going to be pretty tight at these shows.
Yeah.
It's also like everything I've seen, it's completely packed and sold out. I mean, the Detroit show was, I don't feel like there was an empty seat in that place. Somebody was actually sitting in the wrong seats next to us. They were like, wait, this is 226, right? And we were like, no, this is 225. And so they had to move over, and they finally found their seats. But
I loved your review, by the way, and you finding out like how big of a deal SZA was in real time.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck with her. Yeah, man.
Like I knew, obviously I knew she was popular. Like you're not doing an arena tour or stadium. Sorry, you're not doing a stadium tour with Kendrick if you're not like super popular. Like I knew she was popular, but
I didn't mean like you not knowing she was a big deal.
Right.
I think I mean how she makes people feel.
Yeah.
Like it is. Yeah, that there's a. I mean, you're a married man with children.
Oh, it's very funny.
Yeah, dating a woman in like the 2020s. It's it's different energy, man. It's different. I've been a lot of arguments have been silenced in my house with SZA playing in the background. It's like, oh, that's how you feel. Oh, all right. I think I'll go to the couch.
I went with some of the kids. We'll say some. I went with some of the kids to the concert, and like they knew the Kendrick stuff. Didn't really know SZA either. And I was like, oh, she put after the show. I was like, what'd you think? Like, it's really good. And I was like, SZA, I didn't know too much. She puts on a great show. And they were just like, a lot of sexual stuff in the SZA songs. I was like, what can you do? You know, you're gonna learn about these things one day. Might as well be through music, like the rest of us had to learn about this stuff through music, and movies taught us all we know.
It's true.
Yeah, I learned a lot about sex from Trina and Little Kim. So.
Talk to your parents, kids.
Nah.
They should be teaching you about sexual education.
American Pie. Watch that film and learn all you need to know.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
I did learn a lot from that film as well.
That's when I worked with Shannon Elizabeth. I remember Sean was like, "You have to watch American Pie," and I'm like, "No, I already got the whole gist. I don't need to watch it to work with Shannon Elizabeth."
No,
I don't.
You do.
Have to. Yeah.
You either have to watch American Pie or you have to watch Jay and Silent Bob.
You've got to watch American Pie. That's a
classic.
classic.
So you're saying, next week I'm representing the mom from Bluey. Are you saying I have to watch Bluey?
Bluey fucking sucks.
You do.
Bluey sucks.
No, it doesn't. Bluey's where it's at. That's one of the only shows that I can watch with my kids.
Bluey's a little asshole. Needs to get punched in the mouth.
It's a blue dog.
He's not a he. It's a she.
It's a she. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, so she's a blue dog.
You're just assuming
what did
gender
blue dog
based
ever do
on
to
the
you?
blueness of Bluey.
But wasn't Blue's Clues also a girl?
Yeah, who remembers?
I don't know. I never watched Blue's Clues.
How have you never watched Blue's Clues?
Bluey needs to get punched in the mouth.
Because I didn't have kids in 1999.
I was born in 2001. Okay.
Gosh.
I hate it here.
Wow, you just made all of us feel old.
Peppa's kind of a jerk too, honestly.
Oh, Peppa's
a gangster. Peppa's a heel. That's a heel right there.
Peppa's kind of a jerk.
Nobody likes Peppa. She's an asshole. Everything's all about her. Everything has to be about Peppa. Shit sucks. Peppa's only child syndrome, but she's got two, siblings now.
Only child syndrome's not a thing.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, it kind of is.
They are throwing ropes down here. They're doing
from the only child.
I'm an only child as well. Like so, I think it's kind of a thing as well.
I am not.
There's about to be a person right outside my window watching it.
Show them.
Right, hold on.
Put them on camera.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Do that
That's
secondary
the wrong
camera.
Oh, you flip
No, I can do the
okay,
two.
okay. All right.
Hold on. See if
we want to see this.
What
are they doing?
They're watching the windows.
Oh. Can you interview them?
Oh, they're doing this one now. No, I can't. Oh yeah, they're coming down right now. Hold on.
Hurry, Joel, hurry.
Oh, I gotta get this.
Hurry, Joel.
Joel, hurry up.
Oh, this is so stressful.
Hurry up, Joel.
Hold on, I gotta get.
Do your job.
Yeah,
Joel, what the fuck?
I know.
Why are you taking so long?
Very
Joel?
stressful. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We can mute this and window.
Joel,
Oh,
hurry up, Joel.
Okay, hold on. Oh God, I gotta mute this.
I'm gonna put it on. I don't care. Look at. Oh no! What? No, it was there. Why'd you disconnect it? Joel!
I gotta fix it.
You had it!
I did. Here we go. Okay, they're back. Bring them up.
Interview him.
I can't.
Knock on the window. Knock on the window and be like, "Are you Sting?"
You're live on YouTube. You need his consent. You need his consent. Always
it's
ask for
fine.
consent.
He's fine. He's okay.
It's fine. He looks kind of like Blake Christian.
Vanilla baby.
And it's gone.
Joel, why didn't you interview him?
Oh no, he's still there.
He's gonna come back up.
No, he's on a giant rope.
He can pull himself up, right?
I don't know about that.
Okay. Yeah, ask if they watch ROH. Like, hey, did you watch TNA wrestling last night?
Oh, now he's definitely gone.
It's like, what is wrestling?
Yank on the rope.
I can't. There's no. You've been to my place. You've seen what the window situation
I
is.
don't. You're asking me to. I was a year ago. I was there. I don't remember this stuff.
I remember the window situation. Anyway,
I don't remember the window situation.
the window right here is like, it's tiny. It's a little.
I
yeah,
don't remember. Sure.
That's a pop up.
I'll take your
Anyway,
word for it.
just take my word for it.
All right.
There we go.
You're cowardly. You should have interviewed him.
I should have.
There you
He's
go.
a good
He got
looking
him
dude.
on screen.
Yeah, at least
Yeah,
we did
there
get
was a
one.
good shot too. He was right there.
Yeah, he was. It was funnier when like the rope. It was you just saw the rope and then he came down. We missed that shot. I saw it off screen because it was a backstage bit, but I tried to get it on screen in time. But then Joel messed up as usual.
Well, it's because I was getting the double audio. It was very, very problematic.
Who cares? You didn't need to talk. We were gonna admire the
It
window.
wasn't
person.
me. It was the double audio that just happened to be in my ears that sucked.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, well, I do.
You got to make sacrifices on this show, Joel. Your double audio in your ears that only you can hear.
Was it actually only in my ears? Because that's great.
Yeah, because we didn't hear anything.
Oh, that's perfect. Great.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying Joel is in a luxury penthouse in downtown Toronto. I wish. God, I wish. I don't live downtown. I'll tell you that much. But I do live in the city. Anyway,
Window cam. That's cool. So they say I'm regular cam, and that's window cam. That's cool.
Yeah, it did say window cam.
would you want me to write window Cameron? Would that have been?
Window cam is crazy. Let's see.
It's just now. It's just rope dangling. You don't see him anymore. He's gone.
Kid
I
Bruno
think-
says somebody needs to dub
there.
the Sting theme over the guy washing Joel's windows. I still have the voice message of Cam doing the Starcade 97 intro.
That was so fun. You outside looking scary as fuck.
Yeah, I was lazy Sting for no reason outside of a bit, but that was very funny. Has this show accomplished anything today? No. All right.
No,
No.
we got a couple of news beats out, but really it was just entertainment for a Friday morning. So
Okay.
thanks to everyone for that one. I don't think there's really anything else. I mean, here let's do the SmackDown preview for tonight
Why?
because that's part of what we do on this channel.
Oh,
It is Friday, and you know what that means.
death.
Well, before Dishonor.
Jeremy.
Where's
Fair,
the
King
SmackDown
Petite.
preview?
This show never accomplishes. Our website's down. It's broken.
No, it's right here. It's fine.
Broken for a week.
That's true. WWE SmackDown live from the Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
Doxing Sean.
Well, sounds like a Sean problem. Jacob Fatu will speak. Naomi will appear.
For him.
John Cena will appear. The King and Queen of the Ring tournament matches will occur. That is literally your preview.
Yeah, because that's what they announced. What do you mean that's
That's what they announced. That's your preview.
It's just
I ain't talking shit about us. I'm just saying that is the preview. That is what is out there. Most of them was done on socials yesterday.
I hope John Cena comes out and references blood-covered dicks just for fun. Just see
Oh
what
my
happens.
Naomi reemerges on SmackDown as the new Ms. Money in the Bank. Those are the words from WWE.com.
I hope she pulls out her knife and taser
Me.
and
Oh, that was funny.
just starts fucking people up with everything in that briefcase. And then Jimmy Uso action figure. Taser for some, knifing other people, just beating people over the head with the Jimmy Uso action figure. That's what we need.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Wrestling Media for not having a billion Rikishi comments out in the ether that I saw.
Oh yeah, I saw that he was like disappointed. I was like, all right, Quiche. I'm
Good.
shocked.
Poor Big Quiche won't get another payday. Jacob Fatu will address the WWE Universe after betraying Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank.
We're gonna get Hikaleu tonight,
Yeah.
right?
That's right. Hicka Lexington. That's gonna
Finally,
be his new
take
name.
his picture off the milk cartons. I've been looking
That's
for
just
him for months.
that's just Sean. Hiccup Lexington. That's just Sean.
Oh shit!
That was good.
Damn.
It was very funny yesterday when I mentioned this to SB3 and got like a genuine reaction out of him because he did not know that Hikaleu was going to be on this show.
No clue. I was like, I've been looking for him for months. I've been putting
Must
this.
have had him on the
picture
bench for like a year, huh?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
whole year.
they had him in the shelves collecting dust.
His nickname is
Oh.
Mr. 365.
All right, who cares about professional wrestling? It's the dumbest thing.
He said his
ever.
nickname was
SB3.
365.
Mr. 365.
Hilarious.
SB3,
365.
did you see the cast of Traitors season 4?
I think I did. I'm hoping I'm not because I was
It's-
very much underwhelmed.
It's official, so like
Okay, go through it. The only person that I knew of was the person who was on the last season and Tiffany Mitchell from Big Brother.
yeah, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of housewives as usual.
But
Nobody-
nobody from the
Yeah,
challenge.
nobody from the challenge, sadly. Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, I don't know too many of these people, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
Isn't
it's a very
Isn't it Mama
underwhelming
Kelsey in
guess.
there?
Stephen Coletti from One Tree Hill is there.
Stephen
Yeah, Donna
Colbert,
Kelsey is
Andrew.
there as well. Donna Kelsey, yeah. Oh, Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir. Oh my God, the figure skaters. Anybody remember them? No? Okay. Ron Funches. Ron
Of course, Ron
Funches
Funches is
of
there.
yeah.
Really?
know him.
Ron Funches is on there?
Yep. Yeah.
His ex-girlfriend said he couldn't fight.
Oh, you're talking about
Rappaport.
Chase. He's actually a reality show guy, Stephen Coletti from One Tree Hill. He was on wasn't he on Laguna
He was on
Beach? I think?
Laguna Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought I
yeah.
recognized that name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dated Kristen and kind of Elsie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he started acting and he got on
Steven!
One Tree Hill.
Steven!
And he was dating Brooke Davis.
Okay.
goat.
All right.
Brooke Davis. Yeah.
Somebody said, I can't wait to see Michael Rappaport smash Mama Kelsey.
Yeah.
Why
Michael
would you want to
Rappaport's on
see
the
that,
show.
though?
You know,
Michael Rappaport is on the show? Okay,
Michael
I know
Rappaport's
I
on the
know
show.
3 people on this show. So
Michael Rappaport to me is known for one thing, and that's the series he did called The War at Home, and that's about it. Good
yeah,
series.
I remember watching.
Michael
that.
Rappaport,
No, I
he's
think-
like
he's
The
known for
worst-
Paper Soldiers.
Paper
We
Soldiers?
mentioned that earlier.
I mean,
the worst part of my favorite show, Justified. The season where he's the big bad and he's doing that
yeah.
accent.
Yeah.
It's the worst country accent you've ever heard in your life.
I forgot he's also in Boston Public.
He was on I forget the name of the show, but it was about autism and it was on Netflix. I feel like you're on his IMDb, Joel.
Oh
so-
yes. I
Yeah,
know.
I'm
I
looking-
actually
Look this up.
know. I watched that show. That show was good.
Yeah, it was good.
That show was
yeah.
actually really good.
I can't think of the name of it because I'm terrible at names. Yeah, he was on Prison Break. He sucked.
Atypical.
Atypical. Yeah, that's
Yes,
the name of the show.
atypical.
Yeah.
Yes, he was good on there.
He was.
good
He
on
was
One of the
good.
best parts of Next Friday in a brief role.
Yes.
Good in there.
Oh, you. I mean, you play for the Cucamonga Crack. I play for the Cucamonga Cracker Killers.
he's yeah. But also like he's the most punchable face of maybe anyone to ever exist. Then he opens his mouth and he becomes even more punchable.
Yeah, I was gonna say once you hear the accent, that makes it worse.
Oh, there you go.
Partner.
Trader
He was, I
season
liked
4.
him in Copland. I think it's a really underrated movie
Okay.
with Fat Stallone, where he's like local sheriff guy. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Where do I know Ian Terry?
Ian Terry. I don't know.
How do I know Ian Terry? Nope. No, that is not. No, not at all. Nope. Did Big Brother 14 in 2012.
Yeah, you definitely. Don't
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
don't
I mean,
know.
that's when I was watching Big Brother. I
Oh,
watched,
okay.
yeah. I think 14 the last year that I paid attention. Like for real, who won that year?
I've never paid attention to Big Brother outside of them crossing over into the Challenge and Traders.
Dan. Oh, Frank, that was the season. Ian was on the season with Sid's kid. With Sid Justice's kid, with Sid Vicious's kid, Frank Udy. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of putting this together. And then Brittany Haynes from Big Brother 12 was on that season, and Boogie and
Brittany from last season of Traders.
Sure. Well, regardless, the season that Ian won was a season where they did like a half and half. They brought in the All-Stars halfway through because Dan Giesling was in there. He's apparently also a big wrestling fan.
Dan Giesling from season 2 of Traders.
Yeah,
there are people from past seasons of Traders.
And Danielle was on that season. No, she was on Reindeer Games.
Regardless, Ian Terry won his season of Big Brother, and he was in a season of Big Brother with, it was 14. It was 2012. He was in a season with a bunch of All-Stars.
Spoiler alert, man.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody who won season 2 or 3 of Traders.
Did anyone watch?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, everyone. It's the biggest reality show in the world. How dare you?
People
in the world. It's in the UK it's number 1. In the US it was number 1. In Australia it was number 1. What are we talking about?
I ain't watching it, so it doesn't matter.
You don't watch reality television like us.
I don't watch reality television. Period in the sentence. The most reality television show is professional wrestling. It's about as good as it gets for my reality of television.
That ain't reality.
That shit ain't reality at the best of times. Are we done? Are we going home? Or do we get all of our shit in?
Yes.
Good. Who wants to plug first? I'll start with the people who don't work here. Kimmy?
I guess I don't work here, even though I'm on Fightful way more than I should. Starcast is in 28 days. I'll be there. I don't really know what I'm doing, but all of the meet and greet tickets and the pro photo op tickets just went on sale today. So if you head to starcast.com, you could go see all the tickets for that. There's AEW talent going to be there. Jeremy's favorite people, the Costco guys, are going to be there. You can actually meet them for free at Starcast. Fun facts. Very fun facts. They're part of the free part of Starcast. So if you want to go ahead to starcast.com to get your tickets, because it's going to be a really fun convention. I'm so excited to see so many people in Texas. I'm assuming I'll see Cam at some point in Texas, right? Yes. Okay, cool.
Everyone, if you meet Kimmy, greet her as nice to meet you, Chris Jericho's biggest fan.
No, you need to stop doing this because Ringside News, literally that's how they phrase me.
I did actually feel bad that Ringside News aggregated that you were Chris Jericho's biggest fan. I was like, oh, fuck, that actually sucks. It's funny as a bit on like our website. I don't need them like picking it up and making it a thing.
Luckily for my Double or Nothing coverage, it was actually Fightful correspondent Kimmy. I felt so special. But yeah, you could follow me on Twitter.
That? I didn't post that one then.
I don't think you did.
No, I didn't post that one.
Oh my god, a convention's reaching out to me about my professionalism after I yelled at them 10 times? Yikes. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_Sokol and then Instagram at Kimmy.Sokol. I'll put Starcast stuff out there. And thanks for having me. And Jeremy, I'm glad you didn't run from the grind and you showed up today for work.
I never run from the grind except when I'm dead on Monday's show. But
you're not gonna die. Here. No, because you gotta go meet Sting and I gotta be there when you meet Sting, you know?
Are we gonna weekend at Bernie's you this week on the show?
Maybe.
Oh, it's gonna be a carry job of carry jobs. All right, Cameron, if you're okay to talk, go plug your stuff.
Yeah, find me on the socials. Seahawk, CEHAWK, right there on the screen.
Seahawk.
Yeah, Seahawk. It's me.
Tony Khan was so happy to call you Seahawk.
I don't get embarrassed. I was actually embarrassed. Stop. Don't call me that.
That's why you use your government name as your Twitter handle, folks. Nobody marks out for you ever.
I catch me at Yahoo Sports Uncrowned. Most recently wrote about Cena and Punk Money in the Bank match they had in 2011, how it kind of affected their trajectories going forward. I got something coming up. I don't know if we're going to release it this coming week or the week after. But I talked for a half hour with Darius Carter, Ashe Men's World Champion, about their upcoming show, Return of the King, featuring Cedric Alexander, and one of my favorite people in the business. We just chopped it up about the importance of Ashe, how it is both exclusive and inclusive. With their talent, with their personalities, with their styles. We talked some Kev on stage. We talked about how Darius is so influenced by like a Randy Orton. Just a really fun conversation for about a half hour. So that'll be on the South Congress podcast feed. Again, me and guy who ain't figured out the money, so I got a bunch of back interviews just kind of sitting there that might come out one day. But this is going to be on the South Congress podcast, South Congress with K. And then working on some stuff coming up around All In time. So be on the lookout for that.
By the way, shout out to RVD and Katie Forbes announcing that they are expecting.
Congratulations on the fucking.
some nice news coming out of last night. SP3, what you want to plug before we go?
That's my Twitter handle. And I'll be live in like 40. I don't care. I'll be live in like 45 minutes on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel to give an actual preview of New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. It'll be myself, NJ News. Check that out, talking about this Sunday show. And, of course, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast tomorrow, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. It'll be myself, True Jaw Josh, and Top Guy JJ talking about This Week in Wrestling. Check those out, and I'll probably have to be back here on Monday when Jeremy calls out.
Well, it'll be you and I, so it'll be entertaining as hell.
And Ella J.
Ella's going to be there too, but like Ella's, guest, so I don't know if she'll be the whole time.
I haven't seen Ella since we talked about the biggest reality show in the world, Traitors.
Jeremy, anything to plug?
Do not message me tonight. I don't want to speak to any of you. Do not message me all weekend. Do not message me on Monday. I will be dead on Tuesday.
So when can I text you?
Just don't. Just don't. Like, definitely not tonight. I'll tell you that much. Don't do it tonight. Just don't message me at all.
Understood.
Sounds good.
You got to hit him up via Pony Express because that's the only thing moving in Oklahoma right now.
For Jeremy, SP3, Cam, and Kimmy, y'all know who I am. Y'all know who they are. By the way, I want to thank everyone for their contributions to today's show. And we hope everyone enjoyed their time on the show and look forward to collaborating on future events with them. Ladies, gentlemen.
The greatest defense in the world can't stop TJ fucking McConnell.
Go enjoy wrestling again.
McConnell!
We're out of here. Good night.